guys, what's going on? F1 My Pawn here, and welcome back to Warhammer 40k Road Trader. Since we last left off, if I do recall correctly, we had tried to do the Aeldari thing, but we ended up getting sidetracked with a lot of side quests, mainly dealing with Drukhari and a lot of edicts that we had to go over that leveled up our economy and just leveled us up in general. For this stream, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be dealing with the Aeldari directly because we've managed to get to the world there, and we've been asked by Winterscale's cohorts to go save him from whatever perils that await. But, without further ado, let's get into things and see what happens. It does seem that I've probably got to change the hold on, let me check something real quick. Oh, it's 26. Okay, so I got to change something real quick though. You know what, whatever. It doesn't really matter too much, I don't think. Let me just check something real quick before I do go into the game proper. Let's see. Yeah, I've already gotten 25. Okay, so I need to change the title here real quick. Apologies for the delay. I will be just a moment. I just got to change the title to 26, because I wasn't expecting it to be gimmicked in a different way. Apologies. I will load this while I wait. No, actually, no, never mind. Okay, now I need to go into Kick to make sure that's changed, and we should be good. There we go. Alright, apologies for the delay. I just had to make sure the stream stuff was correct. But yeah, no, everything here is basically good to claim, I do believe, so we can just go to Commorgah Temper here, and we should be fine. There we go, just save there, and off we go onto the planet. Shouldn't be too hard, all things considering. Alright. The Forests of Commorgah Temper. Given the circumstances, I will need to bring Yrilet for this particular instance. It does matter, I do believe. But other than that, everybody else is optional. Yrilet is going to be definitely somebody I bring, though. And for Irabeth, we need to do her thing after everything here is done. Because I do believe she is well, she's not necessary, but I do believe that there was a mention of her needing to come to this planet. But alas, we need to bring Yrilet along for this particular instance. Alright, let's see what's going on. Okay. Several century old stockades. Impossible. Okay. Botanical threat level Alpha 2. Okay, that's possibly concerning. Mold birds and rodents have ruined these fruits and the local fruitation. Well, there's no real direction that we can go, so I'm gonna save here and we'll just go from there. So, interesting quirk about this planet. Controlling where you go is impossible, so we're just gonna wing it. We are going to get lost. That is, inevitable. You'll understand why soon enough, but, it's to be expected. Alright. The shuttle disappears in a wild vegetation of the island. Several hours pass before the rogue trader finally admits that he has been aimlessly wandering around in circles. Any attempts to get back on track by retracing his steps have failed. Vox communication cannot reach the ship. Now it becomes clear how Calligos Winterscale could get lost. On his own world. Yep, From here on, it's just going to be me and Yrilet, but we need Yrilet for this particular instance, so that's why we brought her along. You'll understand why soon enough. But it's mainly for story reasons. So that's why I brought her along, even though she isn't technically required. It's for the best that she's brought. Given this is part of what she wanted us to do. Lush overgrowth has sprung up in seconds, blocking the way. The trail is gone.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
So, aside from a broken transport, not much available here. Well, hopefully it's not going to be a bad thing.
Let us not dawdle.
Seems like we've explored everything, so we're just going to go deeper into the forest. There is no other direction that we can take, as far as I'm aware. Alright. Hours of wandering bring the rogue trader to a tall, sprawling tree. Something shiny is stuck in the foliage. Coming closer, the Lord Captain recognizes an obsolete heavy void suit model that has been submused among the growing branches. A heavily damaged skull bears its teeth from behind the murky glass. At least their death was quick. We need to save here in particular, because this is going to get interesting, to say the least. We'll have to see how things pan out. Wandeni, Canine, and Ustra. The monkey will pay for your suffering. Their spirit stones are shattered. Staran and she who thirsts have long finished her feast. We will destroy them. Every monkey who... Did you hear that? The soul destroyers are back. Kind, fill our hearts with fury.
Xeno scum! You don't belong in this galaxy.
Lent for Isha's mercy, we're here to help you. But yeah, we've been ambushed, so yeah, we're gonna be facing a bunch of enemies here. Yeah, so Yrilet's immediately going down, that was to be expected. Now it's just us. Let's hope we're not gonna get immediately sniped and killed. Thankfully it doesn't seem to be the case, thanks to our damage output just being that good. Alright. I guess we're gonna move up one. We want to do an area of effect here. Well, no, if I do a normal swing, like so. Here we go. We activate Reckless Rush here. Then we do Wildfire. It'll cost us 3 points, but that's fine. We can do an area of effect here.
Isha, heal my wounds.
And then we can do a run and gun to get a single attack in. And bada boom. Here we go. We will activate Cautious Approach here. And this will give us some defense. It'll give us at least 15 bonus to our dodge. Which is perfectly fine.
I will not fail the craft world.
Alright, here they come. They're gonna start wailing on us with shots after shots after shots. I suspect this is gonna be a commodity here for us. And we are not looking great, I must admit.
Fail the craft. Neither fear nor hesitation.
I'll just be thankful I'm not getting killed here. Alright, we are looking worse for wear. We're gonna heal here. There we go. I do believe I can get away with... Let's see, if I activate this, that'll bring me up to 6. So I've only got 1. So if I do a swing here, it's not enough to get me a stack, but it will certainly activate Wildfire here for me.
It's as good as done.
My path won't end here.
Alright. My defenses are still not looking that great, but our armor is going to scale up really quick.
Strands of
So I'm just going to hope that's enough.
I will not fail the craft world.
Worst case, it doesn't work. Best case, it does. And I'm looking like I'm going to get hit multiple times, so rip.
Will remain
That is a load. I kind of predicted that was going to be the case, but oh well. We will live.
Miscalculations are for commoners.
Alright, let's
I don't
see.
make
Can I do
mistakes.
anything to make
I
my
make
life a
profitable
little
learning
easier? Not really.
experiences.
The damage reduction from the monkey hide cape is probably going to be one of the few saving cases we're going to get. Restores 15% maximum wounds per rank of conviction. Iconoclast. Removes all injuries. Let's see. This restores about 40 HP from last I checked. And this restores at least 60% of my HP. So this is probably way better. Yeah, if I take that, it's 87 times 0.6, so we heal 52 with these medkits. I'll equip one just to be safe, but I do suspect that we're not going to be using it. Granting a 40% dodge probably would be our best bet. I could also use advanced medkits, which is 12. Nah, let's see. What else do we got here? I've got plenty of stuff that I could use here, but most of it's not really that great. Yeah, no, I guess Church of Surgeon medkits are just way better in this instance. It's fine. Let's save here, and let's pray this is enough. I'll just have to get into cover and dodge everything, or try my best to, anyways.
Your kind has no right to exist.
We are called to battle.
Alright. I guess I should probably move over to full cover here, because that's way better for us, I think.
I am ready for whatever
Alright, let's
comes.
move over to here. If I activate Surefire Plan, I can
I'll
increase
see
my
to it
evasion
personally.
here.
I
That's
don't
probably
need
what I'm going to be
luck.
relying on
I have
heavily here.
strategy.
Next to full defense here. Alright, let's do an area of effect here.
You will pay
There we go.
dearly for your actions.
Activate this.
I'll see
I guess
to
I'll
it
do another
personally.
wildfire here, because I can.
I'll make it happen.
And then we are going to activate
It's as
Cautious
good as
Approach
done.
here. There we go. That should help my evasion up to 94, which is pretty cool. Aeldari Guardians are going to start rushing forward. Yrilet is definitely going to be the target of adversity. So that's to be
Strands of
expected.
fate, guide
Neither
me.
fear nor hesitation.
Yep, there goes Yrilet, as expected.
Answer the call.
And now we're going to start being attacked, which is to be expected. Yep, there we go.
Answer the call.
I'll just rely on the full cover being our saving grace here. Alright. Let's save here. We'll save under pain. as a good start. We're lagging quite a bit, I must admit. Hopefully that isn't going to be a commodity here, though. There we go. Alright. Well, it's either we 8% it with a bunch of shots, or we go for something better. I think it's just better I just wail on here.
Who, if not me?
8%? Why not? There we go. May the chances ever be in our favor. We'll do a reckless rush here. We will throw in a rapid fire, concentrated fire, and wildfire. This will give us the most out of our bang for our buck.
It's as good as done.
There we go. Nice.
I will not join the ranks of the dead.
And because we need it, I guess I will activate Entrench here, just to increase our cover efficiency.
Stride forward.
Probably for the best. We're gonna get harassed by attacks, but honestly we should be fine because our pair is absurd.
Stride forward.
If anything, I'm more worried about the Aeldari that are sniping us, so...
I do not fear a perilous path.
Yeah. Let's see, we can either heal for 60% or we go for the medkit, which is 40. I do believe the medkit is the right option here. Alright, we will swap to a sword and board style. Activate this. Alright, we'll do an area of effect here. Nice. We can Revel in Slaughter, or we go Wildfire. I'm gonna go Wildfire, just to minimize the amount of attacks we're suffering from.
I'll make it happen.
Isha, heal my wounds.
Alright, let's pray this is enough. We will save under pain once again. I'm satisfied with these results, and we will continue. There we go. Alright, we'll speed through the fights here. They're gonna start firing shots at us, but thankfully our evasion's slowly gonna get better and better, as it does. Definitely gonna need to improve our evasion eventually, though, because that's gonna help us avoid even more dangerous damage. Alright, let's activate Revel in Slaughter. This will help us with our shots here. Activate this.
It's as good
Rapid
as
fire, concentrated fire. Now let's just point blank it this way. Why not? Alright. Wildfire it up. I'll aim this direction. Like so.
Not me. Consider this a taste of what's to come.
Alright, we will use Steady Superiority here to get a single shot in.
On it.
And we'll do run and gun here just to get as many hits as we possibly can on this guy now. And there we go. That's to be expected. Alright, concentrated fire just to increase our odds, and Entrench is going to be necessary, so we'll do that. There we go. That'll give us the evasion that we need, well, the block that we need for just defenses here. They're going to have a rough time trying to hit us with that, you know, level of defense coming in.
I'll make it happen.
Alright, let's activate Reckless Rush here. One swing. We will activate Revel and Slaughter here, just to increase our chances. Let's activate these two abilities here, to give us the best odds possible. Okay, not the best odds at hitting the enemy, but that's fine.
Heal my wounds.
It's as good as done.
Alright, let's wildfire it up again.
Who, if not
We're not
me?
getting the best results on the hits, but that's fine.
I'll make it happen.
Alright, let's see. We want to get into full cover here, so we're moving up to here.
Let's make some opportunities. On it.
We'll aim for you.
You never stood
There
a
we are,
chance.
nice.
I'll make it happen.
And we will entrench again. Yeah, no, we'll save before we entrench, actually. Just for the sake of being safe about it. There we go. Alright, once it loads, we're good.
It's as good as done.
Boom.
I answer the call.
The dodge comes in clutch for the most part. There we go.
Strands of fate, guide me.
Alright. I think it's high time we turn off the cautious approach here. In fact, I'm going to save here before I do, because that does matter. And we should be good. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. Alright. Turn
I'll
on
make it
Reckless
happen.
Rush. Turn off Cautious Approach. Alright, we're gonna move over to here.
Calculated risk is my second nature.
We'll aim for the
I'll see
21
to it
here.
personally.
Why not?
Before crossing me.
Oh, dang. Okay, that was horrible. We will reload
it.
here, I suppose.
I'll make it happen.
There we go. Nice. Alright, we are going to activate Firearm Mastery. We'll do a pot shot here. Nope. Alright, I will do Wildfire to get our stacks even further higher. Same for the 21 here. Alright, well, let's start doing pot shots here.
It's as good
43% is the highest here. There we go, nice. 28s are guaranteed hits. But even then, like, getting the extermination stacks up is just really good for us. So there you go. Nice. Potential kill there. We're actually going to go for the Aeldari Ranger here then. That's going to get us as much extermination stacks as we can get. There we go. We will upgrade our efficiency by using Revel and Slaughter.
I'll make it happen.
There we go.
I'll see to it personally. It's as good as done.
28% though, jeez.
On it.
At least we're getting a bunch of at least we're getting a bunch of extermination stacks, which is exactly what I was hoping for. There we go. There we go.
Rise to the top or get
That clears up the enemy. Guardian Long Rifle. We don't really need that as far as I'm aware, but I will still grab everything as needed. We are gonna save here. I'm satisfied with the results, even though Yrilet did manage to get damaged heavily through that. The bodies of the Aeldari were hacked to pieces with extreme brutality. The wounds indicate it was done by a power weapon of some kind. The soil under the bodies have turned a rusty brown
Is there
from the
money
gore.
to be made?
Okay, interesting. Crucible of Torment, a rate of fire of 1, but a very powerful lasgun from the Drukhari. Kinda curious how the Drukhari got here, but yeah. We'll see. Alright, we got Guardian long rifles up the wazoo. Nothing that we really necessarily need, but hey, it's there if we want it.
Keep your wits
Probably gonna
about you.
put those on the sale block, though, because I don't need such Aeldari weapons. Let's see. I think that's everything, to my knowledge. If there was more, I'd... Gracious Isha. Only a true monster is capable of such atrocity. Yeah, no kidding.
Let us not dawdle.
Alright. Let's go to the Forests of Commorgah Temper once again. Blindly, as we do. Because there is no other direction but forward that we gotta take here. Quite a few hours pass before something worth noticing finally shows up amid the dense forest. A pile of charred human bodies, lying in shallow pits, and in front of it, like a standing stone, a broken fire cultivator, with melting nozzles is stuck in the ground. Other corpses can be seen in the grass nearby, just as old and charred, but distinctly non-human. Scattered along those are Xenos weapons covered in dirt. Some of the weaponry appears to be in working order, so it's still possible to get some use out of it. Drukhari barbed needles, Drukhari shatterheads, and splinter pistols. Huh. There's a lot of Drukhari as
Always
well.
keep your eye on the price.
The noble families from your primary world are looking for any excuse to destroy each other, Elantak. But leaders must strive for unity among their people.
Is there money to be made?
Alright. Well, with that, we can go to the Lore Xenos check here. We'll save. Make sure we're not going to be blown up by a random landmine. Even if it is Xenos in nature. Although, given the signs are Drukhari, it makes sense that landmines of Drukhari would be around here.
What do we have here?
Okay, we'll disarm this.
I always get the job done.
So far, so good. We're actually doing
Rise to the
really well on
top,
the
or
experience
get
point,
left in the
and we're
dust.
actually nearing a level up here in like 200 experience or so. I don't think it matters which way we go, so I'm just gonna go this direction, I guess. Why not? There we go. The irresistibly sweet aroma of fruit teases the rogue trader's olfactory senses, especially after so many hours spent in the stuffy humidity of the forest. But after locating the source of the aroma, he decides against tasting the appetizing fruits. Several mummified corpses lie under the fruit trees. Their withered faces a testament to their agony. Their bodies covered in dark wounds resembling the bites of giant leeches. Yeah.
Keep your
I
wits
sense
about you.
something nearby.
Probably not the best I touch random fruit that I don't know anything about. Alright. Disarm some of these landmines and we should be good to go.
Success is the only outcome I accept. I always
Okay,
keep
nothing
my
there. We
options
can
open.
push our way over to here. We got ourselves a bolt pistol and a bunch of random assortments of stuff.
This is intriguing.
Alright.
Just as I planned. Let us not
Another
dawdle.
trap has been disarmed. Good. Okay, lush overgrowth once again, cause no scene. Otherwise, we should be fine to continue. I will save here, and we should be good to go. Yeah, ultimately this area is just a big old maze, so don't be too surprised if you get lost here. Alright.
Don't sheath your axe yet, my lord. More game rear their heads, eager to lose them.
The mountain of muscle next to the laughing road trader menacingly rolls its shoulders. You recognize the hulking man as Wharton Grey, arch militant of Calligos Winterscale, who accompanied his master to your Mangos Assessio. Calligos briskly turns on his heel. The blade of his power axe shines threateningly to the sun, covered in fresh blood. Upon seeing you, he breaks into a bloodthirsty grin.
You repeat yourself, Xeno scum. You really believe that I will fall for your twice?
Starborn, graciously allow the priest to speak. The one before you is not...
Silence.
Calligos barks at the old man, his eyes blinded by blood and rage.
I did not feed you to the forest beast for one reason only. You may still be of use.
If you do not want to die with these Xenos, shut your mouth. I would gladly do battle with you, but I fear I may accidentally swat the tired old man. Calligos blinks in surprise and suddenly bursts into laughter. Careful. I am as ready to do business with hotheads as I am to hack them off. Winterscale looks you up and down again, and recognition dawns on his face. Is that you, new blood? Fancy meeting you here. What in the void are you doing on my words, and in such company? Your servants tearfully begged me to return to your void ship. I magnanimously agreed. Winterscale contemptuously spits blood through his cut lip.
Useless voidborn freaks. When I return, I'll tear their legs off for doubting my strength.
And their heads for not being able to settle the problems themselves.
Who said I wanted to return to the void ship? I still haven't met a worthy adversary. One who would grab me by the throat in a death grip. The hunt is not yet over, Vorg.
A wildfire ignites in Calligos' eyes.
You know, your lordship, Von Valencius, why don't you join in the revelry? The forest heres are teeming with Xenos bastards. I'm not greedy, there are enough trophies for the both of us.
Unsurprisingly, at your first meeting, Calligos appeared before you in a more favorable light. However, under the layer of dried blood and dirt, you still notice a strange detail. Your rogue trader appears neither wounded nor exhausted. Having spent a good 30 nights in the forest before his temper, Winterscale has merely swapped his dazzling smile with for a feral grin, and drenched himself in the blood of his enemies. The thin old man looks on with trusting violet eyes, and you notice silvery sparks glimmering within. His thin body shivers in the slightest gust of wind, yet you can see his sense of power contained in his ethereal frame. He nods with a meek smile. A panicked binary Trill escapes from under the tech priest's hood, when one of her mechadendrites goes limp, sparking in multiple places at once. The servant of the Omnicide gently picks it up and warily wields her combi tool until the manipulator starts moving again. The tall navigator in ragged clothes and silk and silver proudly wears the coat of arms of Count Cassini. Half of his face is ruined by fresh scar left by acid. Von Valencius. The navigator nods politely. Though he tries to hide it, his voice is filled with pain and suffering. This little mercenary looks around viciously, frantically clutching their weapon. Their body is peppered with wounds, both old and new, some rotting and some almost healed. Their yellow pupils narrow when you lock eyes, but the Xenos quickly loses interest. Warden Gray has not changed much since your last meeting. Still the same brute of a man with bloodshot eyes and a dull expression on his face. However, unlike Calligos' other servants, the Arch Militant does not look exhausted, and neither does Calligos. Both are filled with rage and thirst for battle, as if the hunt had only just begun. I should like to ask you a few questions about your presence on Florida's Temper. Really? And I should like the 10 sea serpent steak and a bottle of Calixine Amnesic. What misery. For 10 moons already, I have been forced to subsist on grass, roots, and insect larvae. Save me your questions for later. I'm not talkative when I'm hungry. Let's find a way to the old man's village, then I'll give you your audience. The old man guiltily lowers his head. The forest home of this priest and his people have always been full of wisdom and life, but the fire rain called by the outsiders from darkness, one great moon and one small moon ago, angered the forest spirits. The priest must find his way home, to the heart of Commorgah Temper, perform the soothing ritual alongside his tribe. Until he does, the spirits will suffer and twist the trails. Until he does, the Starborn will not be able to return to the stars. You've already destroyed 4 Xenoships. Is that not great victory in itself? It's this hunt, and I shall make the Xenos leave your world forever. Retreat when the enemy's bones already crunch underfoot. Alien blood must fill the lands of Commorgah Temper. Only then will the Xenos be paid for their influence. Quiet, Wharton. This hunt has truly dragged on for quite some time now. Never twisting past, the paltry game, the dullness of it all is suffocating. The rage on Calligos' face changes to dejection. I may accept your proposal, but only when I'm certain of the destruction of the remaining enemies. Of course, that's assuming we find them in this accursed forest. Annoyance and malice drip from Winterscale's every word. Yrilet gives you an intent look, curtly nods, his shoulders relaxing slightly. And the first order of business is to return the priest to the heart of the forest and calm its rage. Well, what are you waiting for, New Blood? I wandered these forests for 30 nights and did not find the way to old Twig's village. We'll see if you bring us better luck. Move out. Yep, so for now... Oh. Yep, so for now he's going to be joining us for a while. It seems. So that's good.
I always
Well,
have a backup plan.
good is subjective, but yeah, we're gonna be we're gonna be bringing him along for the journey. Medicaid 100.
What a peculiar thing.
The fruit gatherers' bodies have been savaged and gnawed at by local wildlife. They likely couldn't leave the area because of the moving forest. Understandable, given the circumstances. A bayonet chain knife. When the wearer attacks a target with any ranged weapon in a 1-cell range, that attack inflicts bleeding 10. The target also suffers 25 critical damage to all attacks made against it.
Always keep your eye on the price.
So if you're looking for a bleed build, that might be to your interest. But at that point, you may as well go like a burning build or anything like that, so... Status effects. The fun of life, or the spice of life, if you will.
Is there money to be made?
Okay. So far, it appears that nothing is available here. That's perfectly fine, though. I predicted that was going to be the case. Alright, let's get out of here. Alright, there doesn't appear to be anything here, but I will double check just to be sure. Nothing there.
Let us
Nope.
not door.
Okay, let's get going. Well, hopefully we can talk Winterscale down. It does seem like he's in the throes of debating whether he should continue fighting or not. Who knows? Maybe we'll be able to convince him. We have the skills to potentially do that.
The rogue trader's never seen an anthill of such size before. The most disturbing thing about it is a xenoskeleton tied to an anthill, with bonds made from some unknown material. Drukhari weapon stuck into corpse is the only detail that can point to the perpetrator. Being eaten by ants is a horrific torture that makes a blade on the back seem like an act of mercy. Most uncharacteristic gesture for this race.
I always have a backup plan.
Ugh, okay. We've got a tech use 50 here. So it's a 50-50 on whether we're actually going to break through, but that's perfectly fine. If we do manage, we manage quite well.
I have a nose for profit.
Alright.
And a taste for adventure. I'll learn from this mistake. I always get the job done.
Oh. Okay, there didn't seem to be any penalty, it seems, so that's good. If there was a penalty, I'd be concerned. Well, not that concerned. While the wearer's weapon has 4 or less base rate of fire, the weapon's rate of fire is increased by ballistic skill bonus divided by 3, and its recoil is doubled. While the wearer's weapon has 5 or more base rate of fire, hit chance of the wearer's burst attacks is increased by 3 times ballistic skill bonus percent, and recoil is negated. Well, I don't think I need to elaborate what is good about this, but yeah, we're going to be using this for a long time.
Keep your wits
If the
about
recoil
you.
is negated on a weapon, well, I think it's pretty obvious what's going to happen. The recoil is going to be hit at 0, so that's good. Let's see. I do believe I was wearing some recoil items, but it's fine. Alright, we're going to go into here, and we're going to wear this. So, the downside is that we're not going to have as much durability thanks to the monkey hide cape. But considering we're gonna scale our armor anyways, the hide cape is really just there for extra defense, not that it's actually needed. But considering we have a absurdly high base rate of fire, our ballistic skill is going to be... Yeah, it's 3 times ballistic skill bonus, so we're gonna have a 9 at least, so that's 27% boost to our attacks with burst. And the recoil is negated, so that 50 becomes a 0. So that's basically giving us like a 70 or so increase to our attacks, which is way better than the
Rise to
alternative.
the top, or get left
This
in the
also does
dust.
give me the reason that I don't actually need a sword anymore. Or at least that is the assumption I'm going to go with. There is the Crucible Torment, which has a rate of fire of 4, but we don't need that sort of thing, as far as I'm concerned. We got an awareness check of DC 50. Or DC 50%, rather. So that's a 50-50 hit on whether we roll the success or not.
Success is the only outcome
Count
I
was routed.
accept.
Was it the fury of my kinspeople? They fought monsters among the Monkey, only to become no different from monsters themselves.
I
Indeed.
always keep my options open.
It feels like both the Aeldari and the humans are in the trouble here. Or they are both at fault for this
Always
incident.
keep your eye on the prize.
Regardless, we will take it as we see it, so it's fine. Alright, let's go forward. Alright, so now here's where it gets interesting. Well, I'll explain after this. The forest is alive with the constant rustling of thick leaves and the creaking of wood, as if the trees themselves are walking around like lumbering, looming people. But surely it's just a trick of the eye. Plants cannot walk, can they?
Let us not dawdle.
Hopefully not.
The noble families from your primary world are looking for any excuse to destroy each other, Elantark. But leaders must strive for unity among their people.
Yeah, I got completely demolished there, so I'm gonna load that. I just failed the perception check, I think. So, yeah. The rigged explosive basically nuked us. So, oh well.
Keep your wits about you.
Well, we should be fine all the same. It's not that bad. Okay.
This could be an opportunity.
I'm gonna save here, just to be safe. And let's open up this and see what we find.
The noble families from your primary world are looking for any excuse
Yep.
to destroy each other, Elantark. But leaders must strive for unity
Time-worn
among their
Imperial
people.
breastplates and chainswords are gleaming amid the mummified remains.
Oh, it's a peculiar thing.
Okay, we've also got another cape. Arc Millicent's Hood. Each of the wearer's critical hits made with ranged weapon increases their melee weapon critical damage by a strength bonus until the end of combat. So basically, if we crit a lot, our damage with our melee weapons is going to skyrocket. Which would be funny if I were playing a build like that, but I'm not, so...
I always get the job done.
There is no point in me doing that, is the thing. So we're going to save here as well. So far, I'm doing quite low on the landmine shenanigans, but that's good. Someone repurposed old containers and built ceremonial tomb. The remains of the Imperial soldiers were placed inside a long time after their deaths.
My exile
Ow.
has not ended yet.
The good thing I saved.
Just as I planned.
Okay. We managed to get ourselves Stupor, a rate of fire 4 weapon. It does appear to be a sniper rifle, though, which is interesting. Although that might just be to the fact that my backpack is now giving me absurd unique bonuses.
I always
we'll
have
see.
a backup plan.
Alright, let's make a Medicaid check here. We're going to save here just for the occasion.
Failure is just a temporary setback.
The good thing I have saves appropriated for this occasion. It should be fine.
I won't let it define me.
God, the load. Yeah, we're having to load here quite a bit, but given that the Medicaid check isn't that bad, we should be fine. It's like a 60 or so, right? So it's not that bad.
Success is the only outcome.
The
I
unknown
accept.
captain's body has been preserved thanks to the properties of the local Chocosphere. Traces of inky secretions are visible on his skin, evidence of poisoning by a rare Drukhari toxin.
Always keep your eye
Oh.
on the price.
Okay, so Drukhari are the cause, it seems. It feels like treachery is just coming hand in hand in this situation,
Fate
like
and
over and
fortune
over and
favor
over
the
again.
bold. Keep your wits
Given
about
that I haven't fought the landmine yet, I'm going to assume we're going to need to... Yeah, we can't really perceive it just yet, but that's perfectly fine. It's only like 13
Rise to the
experience or
top,
so.
or get left in the
Worst
dust.
case, we'll come back to it, because we are going to level up because of this travel, so it's not like it's a bad thing. Alright. We're going to start with going this direction. We are basically going to have to siphon our way through the map, essentially, to locate where we're going to go. It's basically like a maze, putting it simply. So if you're It's more going to be time-consuming more than anything, but we'll have to see. Hours of wandering bring the rogue trader to a tall, sprawling tree. Something shiny is stuck into foliage. Getting closer, the Lord Captain recognizes an obsolete heavy void suit model that has been submersed among the grown branches. A heavily damaged skull bears its teeth from behind murky grass. At least it was quick. We get ourselves a knife, 2 cracked grenades, and we got a 50% chance to turn off the 50% chance to turn off the turret. The vicinity of the carefully erected place of worship is quiet and peaceful.
Let's not waste time with pleasantries.
We'll do ourselves a favor and turn off the turret.
How it's done.
Oh, that is how it's done, it said? Yep, there we go. We succeeded in a check, and that has disabled the turret. So we don't need to worry too much about it firing off for some reason. We can open that. Decayed Drukhari remains. That gives us Kabbalite armor. Basically more loot that we don't necessarily need, but can have. Here's a lot of these weapons have a lot of fire rates, even though I don't want to admit it. That's a good thing, actually, though. Because that means the fire rate is actually going to be in our favor eventually. Yeah, so if I check this... Yeah, our rate of fire is 12 with this. While the weapon has 4 less base rate of fire, the weapon's rate of fire is increased by ballistic skill bonus divided by 3. So it is being increased by 3 points. For basically every single shot, I do believe. So that's an interesting situation to play out. That means... Oh, this Adeptus Astartes bolter pistol is absurd, huh? Oh well. Let's see, what else do we have? We got the Stupor, which goes for 30 to 45. It's got a rate of fire of 4 now. But we kind of need burst fire for it to be effective, really. Which kind of sucks. Hymn of Vengeance. Rate of fire 7 with a recoil of 60. Honestly, I might go with the Hymn of Vehemence because of this. At this point, because... Oh wait, hold on. War Hymn and Furious Recital increase the rate of fire by a number of the enemies affected by it. Oh, okay. Still, it's a good damaging weapon, to be fair. The Heavy Bolter is equally as good at this point, I think. Because it's being increased to a rate of fire of 8, I guess? Oh, no, wait, it's just increasing the hit chance and negating the penalty that we suffer. Okay. Interesting. Let's see, what else is there? There's a Daredevil pistol... Adeptus Astartes equipment. We can't wield that, sadly. If we could, I would. Breath of Purgation. There's a lot of stuff here, apparently. Oh, well. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that we could go for, but sadly, nothing that really sticks out here is good. I might go even for Judex here, because having a Flamer is pretty nice in general, but again, it really doesn't matter here. We'll be fine.
I always keep my
We need a high fire rate anyways for just attacking enemies, so it's fine. Besides, if we get a sniper rifle, we can combine that with the effects of, our special ability or whatever have you. It doesn't matter. The point is that we got an absurd boost. Okay, we are back to this location. So, okay, so we need to go back here. I basically just faffed around. I really should be going the other route, which is fine. But yeah, no, this entire place is just an absolute maze, so it's fine.
Always keep your eye
So
on the
there
prize.
is the path there and the path here. I do believe this brings us back to Calligos' camp. This one brings us to another location. I'm gonna go here, I guess, just to make sure, because I can. Yep, we are brought back to
Keep your
Calligos'
wits
camp,
about you.
which is to be expected. Yeah, we're brought back to Calligos' camp. And this one's brought... yeah. So we want to go this way now, and that way we can go back so we can go the other direction, and we should be good. All the same, we should be good.
Is there money to be
Alright,
made?
we just gotta make sure we're not hitting this, and then we should be fine. We're gonna go back through here again, because there is obviously the way to the other side now, so we'll take that. Alright, from there, we are going to go up to here. Why not? This should be a new area, I do believe. Alright. Alright, and this leads us back over to the
The noble
Aeldari.
families from your primary world are looking for any excuse to destroy each other, Elantark. But leaders must strive for unity among their people.
Alright, so we're brought back to the Aeldari that hunted us, but thankfully we can go this way next, which is the opposite way of where we were before. Alright, from here, we are brought back here. Okay. So now we can go
always
back,
keep my options
because
open.
there's only one other path left to us. Well, I'm sure there's more paths, but this is the way that we gotta go. So, yep, the next way is we go to the Forest of Corsatemp here, once again. We are
Rise to
brought
the
back
top,
here.
or
Lovely.
get left in
Okay.
the dust.
So now, I guess we don't go that way, but we go this way, because we haven't gone this way now. But yeah, no, we're basically just winding our way in a crazy fashion. And eventually we'll find our way through. And we find our way to a clearing here, which is exactly where we need to go. Alright, we find some goods here. Bunch of perfumes,
money to
if
be
you
made?
will. Off we go. See what else we find. We'll save here just to make sure. Why not? Let's see what they have to say. A group of lean young people surrounds you, shooting anxious glances between you, Calligos, the priest, and a gray-haired elder who has stepped forward. Unlike the rest, her skin is completely free of decoration, save for the two-headed eagle, Vorg, branded on her wrinkled forehead. Our meeting occurred just as the speak with the gods foresaw. The woman's accent grates on your ears. The word sounds like a fusion of High Gothic and the most vulgar tongue of the rabble. Welcome to the heart of the forest, Starborn. This ruler...
Enough with your bleating, old hag. I've already told you your speech offends me so. Makes me want to cut out your tongue. Not even a Commorgah preacher would have the patience to listen to your blather on about your stars, gods, spirits, or other nonsense.
Calligos waves the woman away and turns his flinty gaze on Speaks with Gods.
I'm sick and tired of aimlessly trudging through these blasted woods, old man. I'm a hunter. Without a quarry, I turn into quite the beast.
Humbly covering his eyes, the priest nods slightly. Speaks with Gods is ready to conduct the ritual, O Starborn. The heart of the forest is calling out to you. So let this priest serve as his god. His gods, not in word, but in deed. Ah, I see. So he's a Psyker.
It is done. This good-for-nothing Psyker has finally proved himself useful.
Fitzgerald looks around the settlement with a bored expression.
I intend to have a good night's sleep and enjoy the local delicacies. One good thing about Commorgah Tempered is that the fruit here is sweeter than Calixian honey, and more tender than the meat of a young grox. You should get some rest as well, Vorg. And remember, it's better to go hunting when you're full of vigor, but slightly hungry. The hunger adds acuity. To feel more intoxicated, no? Let me know when you're ready to depart. Or if you decide to share a few stories, then come to the bonfire. Not often that two rogue traders can indulge in confidence is away from prying ears.
Winterscale sardonically clicks his tongue and nonchalantly salutes you in farewell. And with it, we have leveled up to level 40. And with it, we are given a Exemplar talent and a second tier Archetype talent, which is pretty cool. I think with this, we are going to either go with the Intelligence boost, or we are going to go with the... We're going to go with the Stat boost. This will give us a +5 to all of our stats, I do believe. Which is pretty good. That's like 5, 10, 15... That's basically 45 bonus boost. Yeah. So it's either we get 2 plus int bonus divided by 2, armor pen, dodge, yeah, that sort of thing. It would give us a way better armor class, which is pretty good, and it would increase our dodge by a little bit, so... It's not bad to consider. And it's actually something I've been considering because it will help our... It'll just help overall, really. I could also gain a bonus to our strength equal to 20% our maximum wounds. Not that I need it, really. But it's there. But yeah, this would give us a boost in general anyways. Yeah, it gives us a +5 to everything, which is basically a stat boost of 5 across the board. It's also doubled when we're low on wounds, but not that great. I could also go with a Psychic Awakening, which is also something I've been considering, but for this character, I don't really need a Psychic Awakening as far as I'm concerned. Let's see, Puncture, no. This would give us 12 additional wounds and 10 times our toughness bonus in, yeah, it basically increased our toughness by 50%. Which is pretty good for a bonus, I must admit. I can also get Unbreakable Will, which gives us 5 times our deflection bonus to resistance tests. Which isn't bad, actually. Yeah, it would give us a 55, I believe. Which is insane. Hmm. I mean, a 55 to resistance yeah, 55 to resistance test isn't that bad, actually. No, it's fine. We'll go for the intelligence one, know-it-all. Because that overall is just going to help us quite nicely. It's going to increase our dodge by 5, and the more intelligence we get anyways, the better we're off. So, why not get ourselves a boost to armor, armor pen, dodge reduction, etc., etc., etc. It's not the most amazing, but it's a very good one. And then we got a second tier archetype talent. Let's see. Let's see. I'm just looking to see if there's any merit to reducing anything or getting something specific. I don't think there is, though. Yeah, I don't see anything that really sticks out there. Let's see if there's anything else better. Alright, the first attack in combat with any plasma melter or power weapon deals additional damage equal to 6. If we had a power weapon that was dedicated to a burst fire, that would probably be amazing for us, I feel. The last plan is also a good one because it also gives us a last resort, if you will. I don't know. We don't use the contingency plans and all that much anymore. It was really good for the early game, though. Granting a stack of versatility increases critical hit chance by 10 until the end of the turn. This can get really absurd now I think about it. Well, no, it's a stack of versatility, so it wouldn't actually stack that high, actually. Okay. I mean, I could get always ready. That would give us basically a set bonus of 10 dodge early on, and 2 armor, I believe? This would always give us a... It would give us a plus 10 to weapon skill and ballistic skill, like, every single time we go into transformation. Well, every time we go into combat, basically. So that it's basically a plus 10 to our weapon ballistics. Or, once I transform it over to the dodge, it's basically a plus 10 dodge and parry. Which is pretty good, I must admit. Having a plus 10 in those two is really good for early on. Yeah, we're gonna get always ready. It's a small boost, but it's a boost that will always help us, no matter what. Alright, there we go. I'm satisfied with that. But yeah, no, always we'll always get a 10 dodge and parry for the 2 beginning stacks. And then we can increase it by Reckless Rush, which only increases it even further. And because we already start with 2 stacks, Reckless Rush is basically free, so we can basically move anywhere we want in a quick succession. As for weapon-wise, I haven't really decided what I'm going to go for. I probably should swap from the Righteous Justice to something else, though. I'm thinking. I don't know. Hard maybe on that, I guess. I guess I could go for another weapon here, but... Hold on. Bolt. Bolt is not a power weapon, though. Okay. Actually, that is... I am curious about something. It's... Okay, so Guardian long rifles are las. But it doesn't specify power, it seems. Okay. So yeah, I need plasma or flame if I want to benefit from that 6 damage boost, but I digress. It is not too much of a concern for us. I'm just more worried about everything else. Children of Cours of Temper Chronicles. Alright, I'm gonna save here. Let's go have a talk with everybody here and see what's what. Speaks with gods welcomes you, Starple. His violet eyes are reverently trained on you. How can Speaks with God help you this time? Tell me about yourself, old man. Speaks with God is the name of the humble servant. Yeah, okay. I'm basically going to skip through most of the dialogue here, but I will go through the logic here. I'm just basically going through and asking questions. Huh. Okay, so yeah, no, basically he's saying that, Winterscale basically killed his, Seneschal, which is a little weird and concerning, considering he's supposed to be helping guide, Calligos. Although, to be fair, he's a bit of a nutjob, I must admit, but
Always keep your eye on the prize.
I think he was the type to actually go killing the guy. He's a little mad, though, given his changes, so something happened to him. Something good or something bad, it's hard to say what, but it's something worth noting.
I always have a backup plan.
Just checking to see if there's anything else around here. I don't think there is, but I'm gonna check all the same.
Is there money to be made?
We got the ancient totem here. Don't need to worry about that, but we will talk with Calligos here at this point. See who leads forward. And yeah. Save here.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Okay, she has nothing to say. I guess let's talk with Calligos. A nice walk, wasn't it, Vorg? You may have helped us navigate the living forest's clutches, but don't let it get to your head. I would have managed myself sooner or later. Sooner or later. Alright, let's discuss the Aeldari problem. You care about them that much, New Blood? Calligos bellows in disdain. Go ahead then. Try to convince me that the vile Xeno scum deserve the mercy of Calligos Winterscale. But remember, only get one chance to try. Well, I guess I could say this, but, I'm gonna try this option first. Their craft will perish at the hands of my dynasty. Wish to make amends for Theodora's mistakes. Yrilet gives you a grateful look. We all carry the mark of our ancestors' guilt on our shoulders. Calligos' eyes widen with excitement. Mistakes? I would give a couple of distant planets to witness the death of an Aeldari world with my own eyes. You've amused me, new blood, so I'll grant you one more try. But so far, you've only been stoking my appetite, not killing it. If you were to agree, you would have a rogue trader and the head of a powerful dynasty in your debt. Yeah, that's a load. But I do believe that option is equally as acceptable, but I digress. We'll reload it, because why not, right? That seems to be the norm for us anyways, but that's to be expected given the circumstances. We can still try at the very least.
Keep your wits about you.
If you were to agree, you would have the rogue trader... Yeah, once again. Frankly, your desperation excites me, Vorg. It even makes me want to know whether you are driven by foolishness or treachery and cool calculation. When Driscoll looks at you appraisingly, scratching his chin. Well, I'm quite curious to see how large a dagger you might stab me with. I shall think on your offer. But that is the only promise you'll get from me. I hear you decided to oppose both the Lord Inquisitor and a Court of Dynasty. A Void Kraken may eat both of them alive for all I care. Winterscale makes a wry face and clenches his fists in anger, acting as if their war on heresy as the Expanse is just starting. I've been living it for decades, and I don't need an inquisitorial preacher. I certainly don't need Incendia's goodwill. Alright, tell me about Queers of Temper, yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna speed through most of the dialogue here. I saw the corpse of your seneschal at the forest camp. The old man was a weakling. That's why he's dead. That's what happens when you can no longer fulfill your duty to your master. Warden grins in contempt, his entire being expressing his disdain for the seneschal. Calligos carries himself with an air of indifference. The sudden furrow of his forehead betray his regret. Many fine warriors have perished on this. Raise a toast to their name when you can. It's time to go seeking the Aeldari. Alright. Let's go seek out this Aeldari individual. And much like I was planning to do, I'm going to negotiate. Because that is what the goal. We are to become a negotiator for Calligos and the Aeldari. And that is exactly why I brought Yrilet. For this specific reason. So that way we can save our time here and actually do this. It doesn't require you to bring her so immediately, but it is required to bring her along, so it's better to bring her now than later. Hello, Calligos. I guess yeah, they're waiting here, so I'm assuming that they're waiting for us to actually go forward and go see this incident here. And given that we convinced him that we're gonna try amicable nature, we'll be fine. Alright, we succeeded, which results in us getting 2 resonance grenades and 2 melted charges. Resonant grenades deal 2 times the target's deflection plus the target's armor divided by 2 direct damage. So basically, a lot of damage depending on the armor value of the enemy, which can be good or bad, really. Hit or miss, if you will, if I would say, honestly. Can't go into there, so no point in trying, but we can certainly go around here and talk with, well, we're gonna have to get ready to talk, essentially. At least we managed to convince Calligos that we're gonna be talking rather than killing, so that'll be nice. A stately Aeldari warrior steps forward, calmly looking at the intruders. His armor
and its adornments gleam in the sun despite the traces of dried mud and caked blood. The Farseers instructed me to send you away, monkey. The smooth voice of the Xenos sounds out of place in the rough wilderness. Of course, a temper. However, I've recently stopped meekly heeding their counsel. Besides, there is my sister among you. I'm curious what the outcast's message is. Vain rhetoric, a masterful display. Your temper, brother of mine, you ought to quell. Bravado has no place within this play. Indeed, the merchants proved this all too well. This actor's excellent, who did alight. Upon the stage now will the piece complete, by choosing a final apostate. Who shall survive, and who their doom shall meet? Nocturne of Oblivion, mournful horde mask, avidly tracks your face. It is difficult to say with certainty. However, you are of the opinion that Nocturne of Oblivion's disposition towards you is better than most of his kin. I do not know about you, but these Xenos bastards are giving me the creeps. Calligos shifts his excited gaze from the Aeldari warrior to the solitary back. This one, and the dappled motley. Let's kill him. Right now. Warden the Grey bares his teeth in anticipation and clutches the hilt of his sword. Alright, so let's examine the camp. The Xenos made their camp among the ruins of the ancient city of the Imperium. Only alien growths of the Xenos tech of the wreckage in the Aeldari ship disturbed the picture of this century-old devastation for birth. That's a failed awareness check, so rip that. It was a 50-50 anyways. Nocturne of Oblivion. It certainly hasn't been a while. What are you doing here? The Solitaire bows theatrically. With embers glowing cupped into my two hands, I bear them through the deluge to the hearth. The Harlequin's metaphor implies that he's been accompanying the surviving Aeldari for a while now. It is not clear to you what hearth he is talking about. Perhaps he's managed to find them a new home. I'm here to resolve this conflict peacefully. A tapestry complex is peace, and one that many threads demand for warp and weft. But it's designed 3 wills together spun. Its greed will sate in the hands of waver's death. The gruesome scars of past distrust bewailed, with compact subtle gauze, shall now be veiled. Playing with your prey like a cat. Fine, new blood. You're still young, just remember that patience is not my strongest suit. The Aeldari watches Calligos closely. After everything Elantok has done for my people, I'm willing to answer his questions. Better not make any sudden moves, monkey. The warrior looks at you tiredly. We did not attack this world, Elantok. The last of Krudok's children assembled once more to scour the master of flesh Tenevis from the memory of the universe. The homunculus who abducted and tortured the Farseers from our craft world. We learned that he was hiding in this place, but something prevented our Farseers from discovering his lair, so we were forced to act decisively. The more our master at flesh is here. Yrilet ignores the veiled confession, and inhales hungrily, doing her best to remain calm. We must destroy him. This is what we are here for, outcast. Stretch out your hand, grasp for your vengeance together with us. Plunge it into the dark heart of the architect of torment. You call purging an entire world a decisive action. Our Farseers, those whom we managed to save, could not name the exact location of the flesh sculptor. Even after our ships had circled the new world for the 3rd time, something prevented them from seeing the truth. Something powerful. We knew your patrols would soon discover our presence, so we decided to do something else. To exterminate the homunculus alongside the world he had chosen as his refuge. The Aeldari shrugged vaguely. The monkey are flooding the galaxy at the speed of a meteor shower. And this world will repopulate. Eventually. Is a single word not worth eliminating a powerful enemy who threatens hundreds of such worlds, both yours and those of my kin? Winterscale immediately raised an eyebrow. And you still deem him worthy of conversation. Let's start with Aeldari. Tell me about the homunculus. Where is he? I will not say a word unless you let my kin depart from this world. The warrior squares his shoulders, but whether out of fatigue or to make his words more impactful is hard to say. You lost your world and now depriving the others of their vengeance. Why do you think you are so different? How dare you compare a dragon to a lizard? Starlight is the dim glow of a guttering candle. There is fury in the Aeldari's eyes, full as doubt. Make no mistake about your inferior species. A single child of a Syrian is worth thousands of your kind. Lay down your weapons and I promise to judge you fairly. You're getting out of line, Vorg. Urza Temper is my world and my demesne, and I've already passed sentence on Xenos bastards. We are not looking for your justice, monkey. We are yearning for retribution. I presume there's no avoiding the confrontation. We were reluctant to shed blood on the ground to begin with, but your companion decided otherwise. He shot down our vessels, chased us into the woods, harried and hounded the survivors. The Aeldari's eyes gleam in the sunlight. And I will finish what I started. However, if you do turn back and leave the camp, and then do not impede our departure, I swear, not a single monkey will come to harm at this planet, in any of your worlds. I do not believe a single word, Xenos. Let's address Calligos next. Aboard Calligos Winterscale is gone without a trace. The rogue trader is closely studying the potential battlefield, his enemies, and the heads of the future trophies. Calligos, you should not kill the Aeldari. What? Why? Taken aback by your statement, Winterscale lowers his power axe for a moment. Look at yourself, Calligos. You're becoming a monster whose only desire is to kill. Stop tugging at my conscience, Vorg. You sound vile like Incendia from the nightmares made of flesh to ruin the mood. Calligos grimaces in frustration. Your words seem to not have angered him, but upset him. I won't take you and all misfortunes in the galaxy among it. Winterscale gives you a clap on the shoulder. The expression on his face is mysterious and almost sad. I must confess that all this dismal talk gave me a migraine and made my own wounds ache. Do you want to save the Xenos? Suit yourself. By my grace, I entrust you with the lives of the enemy humanity. Have fun. We'll be heading back now. What kind of hunting is it when the prey does not even struggle in your grasp? I'm disappointed. Calligos flashes a provoking grin. Don't you think I'm going to forget about your words and promises, Vorg? We'll get back to it later. And I've prevented a combat through dialogue. Yrilet brushes a strand of fiery hair from her forehead and nods appreciatively. I know how difficult it is to go against the will of your kin, and yet I cannot hide my joy that we both lived through this moment, and came up with a tale to tell. After all that suffering that the monkey have inflicted upon the children of Kudak, for all the punishment we have inflicted upon this world, my heart remains troubled, knowing that we have tempered our grudges for a while, and have parted without a fight today. However, I dare not complain. For my kin, the hour of triumph arrived at last. Once the master of flesh is no more, we go to the edge of the stellar expanse, away from the gaze of the monkey. Peacefully wait for the arrival of our allies from distant stars. What are you talking about, Sarkai? Or however it's spelled. Yrilet stares intently into the eyes of the Aeldari warrior, but his gaze remains steady and calm. What kin from the distant stars? Outcast Yrilet. I have some good news for you. Our farseers managed to contact the children of the craft world Atoic, and soon your fellow outcasts will visit the part of the galaxy called the Expanse by the Monkey. They will take us away, give us a new home, and Drukhari keeps his gaze to you, wondering if she should continue. Is that what an adherent of the path of the warrior wishes to tell me? Were these words meant to comfort my heart? Yrilet's words ring with contempt and desperation. O Syrian, your children once again seek to appease their pride by sending their kin to the Monkey, worlds for slaughter. The Farseer's mistakes doomed Crudox, Shanki, and their excessive cruelty and thirst for vengeance almost ruined those of us who managed to survive against all odds inside the void between the alien stars. You know it just as well as I do. You keep doing their bidding. Oh, Sharon K. You could take the Webway Gate and go away from the dangers and tribulations of the Expanse, but you have chosen to stay here instead. You are dying. You are feuding with the Monkey. Have the children of Syrian spilled not enough blood? Have you been losing our home not enough? Why do you wish to expose even more of your kin to mortal peril? His iron will falters under Yrilet's relentless pressure. It is too late to change anything. The deed is done. The will is honored. The outcasts from Atoic will come to the local stars, and we will leave alongside them, sister. Are you saying that there's another Aeldari craft world heading to the Expanse? May a Syrian save us from this world. Shanke folds his arms on his chest in a graceful gesture, but the horror is obvious on his face. No, I will not allow another world to perish at the hands of the Monkey, even if that means forsaking my soul. I'm not going to reveal all my secrets to my kind to you, Mom. Now let's talk. You may have helped us in the hour of need, but I trusted you at the outcast behest. I will say this. The warriors of Atoic will arrive at your stars. This is an unalterable truth. Very well. The more Xenos arrive in the Expanse, the merrier. How can you describe the inevitable demise of your and my kin, timed with the word merry? You let this happen and leave things as they stand. Rivers of blood will flow in your demesnes. Not only will the children of Syrian die, your subjects will also meet a terrible end. So will your words and your entire protectorate and I not allow this? I turn to rescue you and your people. Rescue me. How? Like a forgotten shadow, the solitaire steps into the light and leans forward with interest. A spectator watching the culmination of an exciting performance. During the exile, I met many companions who temporarily joined me in my endless travels. One such companion was a fellow outcast who had already completed many paths. It was he who told me about the Ritual of Unity, an exciting opportunity for one spirit to reach out and touch the infinity circuits of the craft world's familiar. The Farseers who perform it. Sharon K said that the Crudox Farseers have already contacted Atoic. This means that I can too. Has the darkness of space driven you mad during the exile, sister? He recoils from Yrilet as if from the scorching flame. Not even the ones walking the path of the seer with all their power risk joining the souls of the ancestors inside the circuit. They are wise and know that the ritual is perilous for the soul. Your chances of success are simply negligible. You would die before you achieve anything. And even if you would not, ask yourself fairly, why should the ancestors listen to a simple outcast? Like you said, Atoic is a world of my fellow outcasts. They're not going to hurt me on purpose. This is giving wings to my hope. Look me in the eye, Shanke.
Do you wish to end the suffering of our kinsmen? I can see the reply in your heart. You must accept it and help me. Through Yrilet's word, though Yrilet's words are addressed to her kin, she is watching your reaction closely. Well, why are you so certain that the Aeldari are going to attack our worlds? Because they are driven by grief and bereavement. Sometimes the pain blinds even the best of us. Unless the warriors of Altoic arrive in this part of the galaxy, the sons and daughters of Crudok are going to perish among the worlds of the Monkey. Is that the fate you wish for us? We'll have to find another way. I understand it's not easy for those who lived all their lives sheltered within a craft world to accept that sometimes life leads us down different paths, but the path that you and the Farseers have chosen only leads to more pain. This is your life and your people, Yrilet. Stay by your side no matter what path you choose. I do appreciate it, Elantok. Yrilet nods and underscores her words with the familiar gestures of gratitude. I did everything I could, Siren. You know what you must do. The Solitaire does not intervene, but shifts his gaze to Shirenkay, as if expecting to hear the last line of the play before the curtain falls. May Assyrian forgive his children. Shirenkay sighs and gestures to a few of his warriors. Fetch the Farseers. Tell them the outcast wishes to perform the ritual. We will wait for them here. The strange energy that permeated the clearing where the paths of human and Aeldari happened to cross is gradually dissipating. All eyes turn to Yrilet, the Aeldari who managed to survive the deadly ritual and woke up looking thoughtful and enlightened. Have you survived? Assyrian showed you mercy, outcast, and so did our ancestors from the Infinity Circuit. Tell me, sister, what was their answer? I am tired of the Farseer's blindness and my kinsman's hatred, Simonke. All of the choices of our people led only to suffering and the loss of our loved ones. I no longer wish to be an accomplice to somebody else's hatred. I pay for the mistakes of the one who was supposed to guide us towards light, but led us into oblivion. Yrilet glares at a nearby Farseer. I convinced my kin to divert the river of their anger. The outcast cohorts will arrive at the Expanse, unseen and unheard, but not for the sake of war. They will find and take away those who remain, the last sons and daughters of Crudok. They will leave the Monkey stars without a trace. Forever. The angry Farseers try to object, but Silencray gently interrupts them. Brothers and sisters would not dare ask you for more, Yrilet. I understand your choice, and my spirit cannot fully accept it. So what's happening now? After the Master of Flesh has been dealt with, we will go home as soon as possible. Do you still hope to find a homunculus? The Aeldari produces an unknown Xenos device. The Farseers could not divine where the Master of Flesh made his lair, for an unknown force is hiding behind him from the penetrating gaze of the Wise Ones. The children of Assyrian have never encountered anything like this before. Having circled the world several times and having failed in our search, we ventured to unleash the pent-up fury on the planet, in hopes we would be graced with a fortunate accident. Alas, the fate of the Master of Flesh remains unchanged. The Farseers could feel the beating of his black heart, but were powerless to do anything. This is when our rangers began to deduce the coordinates of his lair based on the readings of the Wise One. It lands untouched by the fired weapons.
they would have succeeded if the monkey had not attacked our fleets. The Aeldari device drums and a holographic projection of the world with several marked coordinates appears in its palm. I will share the information I've gathered, for I hope that even a master of flesh will not be able to elude two pursuers at once. I would not mind cooperating in the future. If our paths cross again someday, we will begin our conversation by greeting one another, and not unsheathing our blades. Shiram K. ponders something. Your time in this world is too short to hope for it, but I will remember our promise, Elantar. Yrilet, will you not stay with your kinsman? I would be lying if I said I had not thought about it. But you are helping me and my kin this entire time to the best of your ability. Should I not repay you in kind, Elantar? I would be glad if you stayed. Then so be it. Yrilet folds her finger in a familiar gesture of trust and accord. I rid you of Calligos and brought back Yrilet. Do not merit such a reward. The gratitude of the children of Assyrian to your kind is already a precious reward, Elantar. Accept it as a rare gift. Well, that's fine. We will search the part of the world where the local star sets down. You go where the star awakens. Good hunting to you. And somehow we talked Calligos down. After all of that shenanigans. Now, of course, I could reload, but do I really want to reload for a 50-50 chance? I could speed through it right quick, couldn't I? I guess I could. Why not? Yeah, let's reload here. Let's make it quick. I do want to at least get these rewards in while I can, but I basically dialogued myself to the end, so that's good.
Let us not dawdle.
Let's talk. Again, I'm gonna quickly speed through everything. Getting more experience here. All right, let's quickly talk with Yep, I'm just gonna quickly Yep, there we go. Talk down. Okay, and we'll go with this. Yep, there we go. Yeah, I'm just speeding through this. There we go. And the difficult check here. Damn it, that's a load. I was close, but I basically almost got it. I just need to get my commerce up, basically. So if I can increase my commerce, that would be even better for us, but it's hard to say whether I'll get that check, but it's fine. This is an easy fix if I quickly just equip a proper item here. Okay, we're gonna equip the... Yeah, we'll take off the scripture here, because that is a... Yeah, we need the scripture... Well, we need a boost to commerce.
Here we go. We've got 5 Fellowship, 10 Commerce, 10 to Commerce and Lore Imperium. We'll equip this. And this would replace the Agility and Perception, which this would give us a plus 10 to Commerce, I suppose. It would reduce our Perception, though, which is not what we want. I will save here. I will equip the armor thing again later, but for now, we just want to go talk with them with a plus 10 bonus. That should help a little bit. I'm just going to quickly go through here. There we go. Alright, there we go. Okay. Okay. Damn it. Another fail. Okay, so there is a point in time where I can save in between the dialogue. So it is possible to get make it quicker, essentially. So if I can get through the Calligos thing, that will give us a chance to save, really. So I have to speed through here. God, this is so much dialogue that I have to go through here. Okay. Okay, we save here under pain, I suppose. That should be enough. It's such a specific point here, but we can try. There we go. There we go. There we go. Sharamke gives you a long and penetrating look. The gratitude of the children of Syrian to your kind is a precious reward in itself, Aeldari. I've been watching your kin for a while now. As a gesture of goodwill, I suppose I could reward your labors in a way more customary among the Monkey. And we get ourselves an Aeldari runestone. It's not good for us, but hey, it's there. At the start of the wearer's turn, Veiled Degradation is reduced by 1. That's nice. Time to leave. There we go.
I always have a backup plan.
Alright, let's unequip the item here. And we will put back on the lore item. Here we go. This will give us an absurd armor boost. 13 boost armor, which is nice. Okay, Aeldari, mesh armor, and Soon Kaleen. Interesting. Nothing I need, but hey, it's there, I suppose. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna... Oh, no, I don't want to turn on cooperative mode. I'm gonna load here. Because I do believe there is a point here that actually does... Well, it does matter a little bit. I wouldn't say it's, like, imperative, but I'm doing it this way so I can specifically get a point in time that is convenient for us. But I digress. I just want to get that dialogue with Yrilet because I do believe that matters, at least somewhat. Okay. Will you not stay with your kinsman? Yeah, okay, so it is basically the same dialogue. Okay, there we go. Whatever. It's time to track the homunculus. There we go. Done. I just wanted to check to see if there was any other dialogue. There was a bit there, but whatever. It's fine. I don't think it really mattered too heavily, I guess, so it's fine. We did manage to convince,
Let us not dawdle.
We did manage to convince, sorry, I'm having a bit of a brain fart here.
Rise to the top.
We did
or
manage
you're
to
left in
talk,
the dust.
went Calligos down, at least, so there's that, so that's nice. So yeah, we're doing some good things for the, we're doing quite a bunch of good
Keep
things
my
here.
options open.
Does appear that there's some nice goods, though. Aeldari Guardian Mesh Armor. 15% armor if the wearer's agility is more than 80. And you get a world property of 15 agility, which is pretty good. Camo Cloak. When the wearer is adjacent to full cover, their dodge chance is calculated without considering enemies' perceptions values. Huh. That's pretty good.
I always have a backup plan.
Pretty good. Pretty good. Basically means that, as long as you're in full cover, you're basically going to be fine. For the most part. Alright, let's get the heck out of here. Actually, before we do, there is one thing I would like to do here. And that is talk with the Nocturne. No, I guess we can't. Never mind. I thought we could talk with the Nocturne, but I guess we're going to leave it at that. Or at the very least, he has nothing to say to us. The Bonds Valencia's shuttle, the forest. We're going to save here.
Let us not dawdle.
Let's go here. Okay, anything around here worth
Rise to
noting?
the
Not
top
really.
or get left in the dust.
Nope, nobody here. Okay, I guess we can leave the planet now because we basically explored everything. We're basically good. There is one landmine here, but I don't think we're going to be able to locate it, to be quite honest, so I'm not even going to bother. Besides, it's only 13 experience. Give or take some, maybe. That 13 experience is going to matter at these late levels, I do believe, so we're just going to take it in stride. We're doing great already anyways, so it's fine. Alright, with that, though, out of the way, we can now leave.
Always keep your eye
Alright,
on
we're
the
gonna
prize.
save here. We've managed to actually save the Aeldari this time, which was the hope for last stream, but we never actually got that lucky, but cool. We've basically done what we came out here to do. And save Calligos, save the Aeldari. Now we just got a submission, which is to deal with the Flesh Crafter dude. Probably going to need to bring Yrilet in for this instance as well, because the dude is, to be fair, pretty nasty. We'll have to see. Alright, let's see. Yep, hunting grounds. Locate the homunculus hideout. That is, pretty easy to deal with. And then we need to bring a certain somebody with us as well. Because this is actually a 2-in-1 mission, technically. So get ready for that. I guess we will talk with, Oh, no, we can't talk with this ship here now. That's fine. There is, 2 things that we can do here. There's the forest, and now we go into the homunculus here. You can hear the anxiety in Idira's voice, even over the Vox connection. Lord Captain, we found it. The door is so close, I can practically feel its metal handle in my head. The voices are whispering over each other in both my ears. I can barely make out what they're saying. Please, take me with you. They keep telling me I won't get another chance. I believe them. It's now or never. Very well. We'll go there at once. Thank you, Lord Captain. I'll owe you until the day I die. You can hold me to that. Eldor, I'll see you soon. And for this occasion, we're actually bringing Yrilet as well. So this is probably one of the few times that we're going to have 3 allies in. Not that we're going to be using them for combat as we usually go for, but they are required for the dialogue of the quest, essentially. So best to just churn it out like this, really. I normally don't do this, but hey, it's necessary given the circumstances. So I'm just going to organize here. Put them like this. There we go. That should be enough.
Always have a backup
Just
plan.
keep to a tight-knit group. We don't necessarily need to worry too much about the size of the group changing. Yoink. We've got a tech use of 65 here. We'll save so that way we can actually deal with it. Honestly, I'm half considering just taking off the armor boost and just replacing it with something else, but yeah. I like the high armor.
Success is the only outcome I accept.
The high armor helps quite a
Is there
bit,
money to be
so
made?
whatever. Okay, from here we are gonna go... Oh, Captain, the voices are so noisy. They're calling me. The door must be around here. We need to go farther, deeper.
Monkey must know no fear or reason at all, for they permit those entwined with the great enemy in their midst.
Would you look at that? A Xenos siding with Imperium doctrine. I've heard it all now.
Alright, we're gonna gather all these. Oh, so Yrilet was spouting imperialistic doctrines. That's interesting. Yeah, that is. Okay, cool. Alright.
Failure is just a temporary setback.
That is our load because we failed, but that's fine. Alright. Alright, another logic checks.
I always get the job done.
There's a seal of silence on the cogitator, but it's not different to break it. Or it's not difficult to break it, rather. Machine spirit has been tormented. Someone ripped
Rise to the
every bit
top,
of useful
or
knowledge
get
from its
left in the
memory.
dust.
Alright. And we got some foul abominations and grotesques. We're gonna move these two back here.
Nose for profit and a taste for adventure. I always have a backup plan.
Alright, we can target this group here, so I'm just going to mow them with a barrage here. There we go. Hoorah! We managed to get a kill. Alright, Vorg, we want you on full defense duty here, so we're putting you behind cover here. Idira, full cover. Yrilet, full cover there, but we can actually go here, I suppose. There we go. Alright, we are going to move up over here.
What do we have here?
Nice. We are going to do a barrage here.
Good as done. Enemy down.
Nice. Let's activate Reckless Rush here. That gives us 2 points that we can spend on Wildfire here. And then I could probably stack up Rapid Fire, if need be. Yep, so I activate Rapid Fire and Concentrated Fire here. I'll make sure to fire this one here. There we go. Nice. Damage is stacking up nicely. There we go. And we'll throw in a run and gun here, just for good measure. Can't get into cover, but I can certainly throw a pot shot here at this guy. There we go. Managed to get a crit there, and now we can go into Cautious Approach, which is going to bring us into 5 stacks of versatility, I believe. That should be the right amount, I do believe. Alright, we managed to dodge that. Nice. These guys are going to start moving. Oh. They are really trying their hand the best here. Okay, let's get behind full cover here. Activate Revel in Slaughter. Just to increase our chances of hitting. Alright, we're going to do a barrage here, directed this way, I guess. There we go. Ooh. Activate this. Let's activate these two here. There we go. Do a wildfire here. And take out these guys here with relative ease. Bada boom. Hoorah. Nice. And then we are going to do a run and gun boost here, so that way we get a single shot on this guy. There we go. And now we just use Entrench. So that way we anchor ourselves here. It's only the grotesques here now that we got to worry about, but thankfully we seem to be fine. And because we're immune to toxin damage, we are basically good. Yeah, they're really trying to hit us, but to no avail. Alright, let's activate Steady Superiority. We activate Revel in Slaughter here. We don't actually need to activate our defenses now, so we can turn this off, I suppose. Oh, I guess we need to keep it on because it actually makes us immune to toxin, so basically the beta grotesque is actually useless against us in this instance. That's cool.
I'll see to it personally.
Alright, let's increase our damage here. Might as well, right?
I'll make it
Let's
happen.
just blow a hole in this alpha grotesque. There we go. A nice juicy amount of damage.
It's as good as done.
There we go. Activate Surefire Plan here. Hoorah! Hey. Then we'll do a run and gun here.
I don't need luck. I have strategy.
And I'll throw in another barrage
Make
here.
it happen.
19 to 24 damage. Not bad. Yeah, though the stacking damage from versatility has only made this weapon even more insane, I do believe. Yeah, so that's an extra 10 damage, which is absurd. For a weapon that really crits a lot, this is really good.
High momentum.
Alright, let's go into cover here, I guess.
I'm ready
There we
for
go.
whatever comes.
Activate... Well, no. We're gonna turn off Cautious Approach here. Activate
This is
Reckless
good as
Rush.
done.
Activate Firearm
Accept your
Mastery.
lot. I'll make it happen.
Activate the 2 buffs. And just blow a hole into Spade of Grotesque. Ooh. And that's just one barrage. Jesus. That was easy.
Is there
And
money
scary.
to be made?
Well, at least it was dealt with quickly, so that's cool. Okay, so Shuriken pistols have recoil 5, but rate of fire 7. Interesting. Okay, we've got a goods here. We'll grab those, I suppose.
always
There
keep
we
my
are.
options open.
Foul Abomination has more Drukhari stuff, so that's to be expected. Alright, we got a logic check here. We're gonna save so that we can actually figure it out, and we should be good. Alright.
Just as I planned.
By succeeding, we've actually managed to open up a loot door here, so we're going to grab that.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Now, I do believe there is merit to going around here, though, if I recall correctly. I'm just trying to figure out how you get in. I do
Keep
believe you
your
have to
wits
open this
about
door
you.
somehow, and I can't recall how, specifically. I know there's a way to open that door, it's just not here right now, so I guess I'll figure that out later. Oh well. I guess going here is actually better here. There we go. We need to make a Lore Xenos check. This place is nasty. Oh well. Save here. Alright, Lore Xenos.
I'll learn from this mistake.
That is a load because we failed. But hey, that's fine. Given the circumstances, we're doing amazingly well, I'd like to think. Alright.
I won't let it define me.
What is the check, actually? The 65%. Okay, that's fine. We just need to roll lower than a, 65? Yeah. We just need to roll lower enough, or low enough that it's actually going to work. Tedious, but expected.
Success is the only outcome I accept.
The deformed, feeble, and crazed creature is a pitiful and clearly unviable copy of the homunculus Tarnavus.
Is there money to be made?
Huh. Okay, so this guy's been making copies of himself. Can't really say I'm happy about that, but it is something worth concerning ourselves from. Well, hey, whatever. It's not that big a deal.
My options open.
I'll make an athletics check here.
I always get the job done.
We'll do an
Just
athletics
as I
back
planned.
and back and forward. There we go, so that way we get the experience there.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Okay. We need to go right, specifically. I'm not going to go anywhere else just yet. I will be going right here, because it does matter. But, yeah. For the lore's sake, we're going this way. Idira stares intently at the solid wall in front of her, shifting from foot to foot and biting her nails. The wall looks like an ordinary plasteel on rock-free surface, no different from any other in here. There. Lord Captain, this is it. The place for my visions. The scratches on the walls are the same. Except for one thing. She points at the wall.
It's where the door is supposed to be. One I keep opening in my dreams every night. Seen this moment so many times, it feels more real to me than I am. Visions have lied to me.
Then you should trust your feelings. Go ahead, try to open it.
A door that doesn't exist? The thing you say sometime, Lord Captain. That wouldn't be the strangest thing we've ever done. Oh, what the warp. What do I got to lose? Here it goes.
Idira steps closer to the wall and reaches out towards the non-existent door. As if in a trance, she clenches her fingers as if gripping an invisible handle, and slowly turns it open. You hear a click. A violent ripple tears through the space around the wall. A cacophony of whispers make your skin crawl from head to toe, like an unseen wave emanating from twisted, broken reality. Uneven rays of impossible, nauseating light break through the rockreet, forming the silhouette of the doorway. Eventually, the vision passes, and you clearly see a door where a blank wall used to be. It returns to you with a wide and somewhat deranged smile.
Lord Captain, we have found it, the door. Exactly like the one in my visions, which means my salvation is close. Except it wasn't hidden by some force field contraption. It was a powerful warp barrier. I could never have removed something like that. Like our arrival was expected. Now they're inviting us in. We best be ready. Someone who knows their witchcraft is waiting aside.
As long as we're together, we'll get through this, Idira. Trust me. Idira looks somewhat emboldened by your words, and she smiles.
Well, you're not wrong. We've been through worse, haven't we? Thank you, Lord Captain. I won't let you down.
Good.
I always have a backup plan.
Through to the hidden door. Alright. There's a bunch of stuff here, so let's get ready to
People
explore.
go on and on about Xenos this and Xenos that. But I look at you, Yrilet, and I think you look like a human, albeit a dangerously skinny one.
This is intriguing.
Okay, that's a lot of traps.
degrading comparison, monkey. You are the call of Cylon Thresh in a corporeal shell. You could tear the veil apart at any moment. We are as alike as a snowy mountain peak and dirt on the sole of a shoe.
That is some spicy conversation going on there. Goddamn. Well, it's not bad. We haven't seen much conversation from the companions, much in this regard, so it's interesting to see. That is a load, because we failed, obviously. But hey. That is just norm for us. In fact, we're almost done with this area, I do believe. Well, halfway done, I should say. But that's fine.
That's how it's done.
There we go, good. Like
Rise
this,
to the
we can
top,
disarm
or
this
you're
trap
left in the
next.
dust.
There we go. Oh
This could
god,
be an
that is a
opportunity.
lot of, disfigured bodies hang all over this old maintenance bay, like worthless slabs of meat, for which the owner could find no better use. We'll save here. And disarm. As we do.
Success is the only outcome I accept. Is there money to be made?
Okay. The tank is shattered from the inside by an unthinkable force. Yep. Pretty much the norm for us. We've got a bunch of random assortments of items here.
I always
That is
keep
sure to
my
be
options open.
interesting. Revolting biomass. Okay, so this is a very,
That's a
very
peculiar thing.
cool area, to say the least.
Keep your wits about you. What do we have here?
God, that's so much traps. Oh. Oh well. I kind of expected this was going to be the case, so... Disarming these traps is to be expected. It does appear that these are... It's either Aeldari or Drukhari, I'm not sure. It's Xenos traps, period.
Just as I planned. Let us not
So there is
dawdle.
clearly some level of, thing here that is, worth noting.
I'll learn from this mistake.
Good thing I loaded. Or saved, rather. Alright. Shouldn't be too hard to disarm everything here.
That's how it's done. I always have a backup plan.
Disarm this.
I always get the job
There
done.
we go. And we are going to save here specifically so we can talk with this, well, converse, rather. Let's see what's going on here. It rained Farseer. Garcia contorted, agony-racked Aeldari. Or more accurately, something that resembles one. Dozens of scars and sutures cover its face. The sight of its misaligned joints moving under its skin makes your stomach turn, and a singular eye looks devoid of sanity. And yet, as you examine the creature's tattered clothes, you can still recognize, albeit with some difficulty, the ceremonial raiment of a Farseer. Alas, my deliverance. Marquis. The disgrace and humiliation of falling at the hands of a lesser creature. The anticipation of this moment is all that has allowed me to retain a vestige of reason. End me now. Yrilet Blake takes a withered breath. Who are you? I do not recognize you, but your vestments. A child of our dead home. I do not remember you, but it gladdens me on the cusp of death. Hold a spark. The Siriani. Who are you? A hollow shell forced into servitude. Every thread of my being calls out to me, urging me to claim your lives. Only stopped by the fading remnants of my former self. Quickly, I demand that you give my death to me and break the shackles of this nightmare. The Farseer's crooked finger reaches for his temples, and now you notice a sinister-looking device on his head. Idira freezes, her eyes locked on the familiar translucent threads of the Stifler, coiled in sickening patterns around the Aeldari's temples, like a crystal vice. No, it's not fair. This is my salvation. Are you telling me I escaped bloody Commoragh just to put that thing back on my head willingly? Dismayed, she keeps looking between you and the Xenos. So what are you? Tarnavarius' plaything. The Master used me by means of that which is now entangles my mind and vents me to my powers, to its will. I am the tool that conceals this lair from prying eyes with the energies of the Veil. Had the Monkey's seer not heard my pleas for help, you would never have found me. Your pleas for help? The Aeldari doubles over in anguished paroxysm, his voice ringing like taut string. Silent cries pierced the veil and sent visions of this prison beyond its walls. They carried with them all my dreams of deliverance and liberation. Is that not the reason for your coming? Idira bursts out laughing, her voice hoarse and hysterical. Oh, this half-baked guff is killing me. What does that mean, it wasn't my own salvation? I saw in my dreams. It was a half-dead Xenos' deliverance. Come off it. Don't you buy any of this, Lord Captain. He's just trying to mess with our heads. No reason to lie to you, Monkey. However your beliefs are, it doesn't matter. You're already here, which means I will finally die. All I need is the implant on your head. Give it to me and I shall set you free. Aeldari hisses and howls, his crooked fingers tearing his ragged robes apart. It's too late. My mind is poisoned, my soul is marred. I do not know for what purpose you need this cursed machine, Marquis. Your mind carries a shred of the reason. Then destroy it along with me. Idira suddenly leans forward. Anger and desperation are written all over her face. Not a chance, Xenos. That thing, that eye stifler, will save my life. You're just weak. That's why you can't handle it. Naive child, you would condemn yourself to a fate of true horror. Heed me when I say there are things far worse than death. What makes this device so dangerous? It hides the soul within the warp from the spawn of chaos, without severing its connection to real space. It slowly consumes the soul. Day after day, the soul erodes and withers until nothing remains but emptiness. Is that right? Certainly talk a lot for someone who's supposed to be empty. Before all this, you must have never shut up. I spent aeons harnessing my gift. I guided an entire world. My gaze pierced the future, looking for epochs ahead. And even I am at my limits, clinging desperately to the meager relics of what I once called my soul, just to speak another word. Who gave you the audacity to think you will fare any better? I shall grant you a swift death. Let it be so. The Farseer rises from his knees in a jerking motion, like a broken marionette, and takes a step forward, with glassy eyes. His frail fingers move as if tugged by invisible strings, and the mutilated bodies of the twisted creatures, into tanks, start convulsing synchronically. Or synchronically? I don't know. In frightening unison, their unblinking eyes shift to you. It is time. Alright.
Your kind has no right to exist.
Witless monkey.
I have been ambushed. Okay.
We all walk our own path.
These guys are going to start moving in. We're going to lose out on Yrilet and, yeah, these guys are going to have some trouble running. So the best we can do is probably put them on distraction duty right here.
Swift and silent.
That's the most I can probably do here for Yrilet.
Really.
Okay, there goes, there she goes. Yep, there goes, her. Oh god, okay. That's a lot of, void stuff, huh? Ow. Ow. Stop.
Answer the call.
Alright, it's time. Well, I can either swap to a gun or I can swap to something else, but either way, we're going to need to get into defensive mode in a bit. So we need to deal with this caster here, otherwise we are going to just have a rough time no matter what we do, so what we'll do is we'll start off with Reckless Rush. There we go. That's going to give us a boost to our hits. Let's activate Rapid Fire and Concentrated Fire here, just to give us a better chance at dealing with the Farseer. Yep, there we go. Ooh, okay. Ow.
I go into the darkness.
Didn't flinch.
He is spamming.
Just barely.
How in the hell am I supposed to handle that? Jesus. Okay, that was a loss. Yeesh.
I'll make sure to return the favor one day.
Okay, I'm gonna start a run and gun here then. Not like it's gonna do us much, but hey, it's fine. We'll dodge here.
Who if not me?
There we go. It's another bit of electricity there. Jesus. Ow. Well, whatever. It's fine. I'm not too worried about it. Gonna get a lot of experimental clones coming in, that's for sure. They're gonna do their thing, most likely. Yep, there we go. It's a good thing I have healing on my side, otherwise this would be a problem. Yeah, that Drain Farseer is doing his absolute best to try and prevent things. He's gonna get hurt a lot, though, I feel. I got down. Rip. Well, that's to be expected, given the circumstances, so whatever. We'll just have to speed through the dialogue and then hope we thrive. That's all.
Rise to the top or get left in the dust.
Okay. There we go. Get this, there we go. Nice.
Scum! You don't belong in this galaxy.
We are called to battle.
Alright, Yrilet, go over here.
I do not fear perilous
Okay, there goes Idira. There goes Yrilet. Now for us. We are going to want to move as far away as possible here, so that way we got the best chances to combat these guys, as much as we can anyways. Now, if we aim for going this direction, we can actually potentially pursue a good result here. Because now we can move an absurd space quantity here. If we go here, we'll get the best results combat there. So we should probably set ourselves up either here or somewhere else. This is probably the best outcome, so we're going to move as far as we possibly can here. So that way, this guy is going to have a very hard time to get to us. That's perfectly fine, because we're looking to just mow these guys down slowly but surely. Okay, let's activate these.
I'll make it happen.
We are at 13 bleed. Could be worse, though, to be fair. Okay, Drain Farseer is doing their thing to cast buffs. Fortunately for him, that's not really going to help against us, though. We'll do another wildfire here.
It's as good as done.
Okay, we'll also do a run and gun here. There we go. That will get us a single shot here, which will increase our stacks of versatility. There we go. Swap over to Cautious Approach. Bada boom. Swap over to the Sword and Board here. There we go. Now they're going to start moving, which is the intended target here. We want them to move closer to us. Drain Farseer is going to be staying in the distance, which is exactly what we prefer here. And he's going to slowly start approaching. And yeah, we just got to take advantage of his movements, essentially, here. Drain Farseer is doing their thing. There you go. Nice try.
Stop me.
Okay, we're going to save here. We're doing quite well. I'll save under pain here, just to get the best results. Alright. There we go. We will swap over to our gun here. We're gonna buff up with rapid fire and concentrated fire, as we do.
Who if not
So.
me?
Playing with this direction in mind. Oh, right.
You will pay dearly for your
Drain Farseer is doing his best to buff, but, yeah, I guess he wasn't expecting us to be here as a problem, huh?
I'll make it happen.
Alright, a wildfire here. I'll aim with a 35 here. Yeah, this guy's having having a lot of trouble buffing. Man.
I'll see to it.
I can do a run and gun here and move a little bit further back, but I don't think there's a reason that we should. Alright, let's do a pot shot here.
You should have thought twice before crossing me.
There we go, and then we will entrench here just to give ourselves a boost in entrench boosts. Well, it'll give us a defense buff, so there we go. Let's pray this is enough. The things are gonna get dicey the more we do this, but you know, we're basically making a kill line here, essentially, thanks to Farseer just being in the back line. He's gonna not use so much electricity on us as a result of this, so that's good. That's actually convenient for us, if anything. Yep, he's gonna spam things there. There we go. Oh, lightning's coming in. It's taking its time, but that's perfectly fine here. Alright. Activate Reckless Rush here. Now let's see. Okay, what is his, okay, so he's a difficulty commander, obviously, yeah. Iron Arm is, giving him a 34 boost to everything. I believe that's a Biomancy buff. So, yeah. Yeah, this is a Biomancy buff, so, and this is a Divination buff, I believe. Okay. Yeah, this guy's doing a lot here, but we'll be fine. Considering we're going to nuke his allies at this point now. With excessive brutality, I would imagine. Okay, this might or might not work. Let's activate Rapid Fire and Concentrated Fire here. Do I want to risk it for the biscuit and go turn off Cautious Approach? We are going to be at a dodge of 130. Well, we're going to lower it, but it's possible to make this work. I will save here just to make it more viable. Why not? Let's go ham. Why not? Turning this off will reduce our abilities, but it will also increase our ballistics to absurd levels. So why not?
On it.
Grata-tat-tat now. Ow. Okay. We will activate Revel and Slaughter here. We will activate Steady Superiority here. I will aim with the intent of harming these guys, at least.
I'll make it happen.
Okay. It seems like the electricity isn't harming me, actually. Hold on. Or at least the electricity hasn't harmed me yet, anyways. Let's see. We can get a 24 here if we try hard enough. I'm actually going to go after you, I suppose. Why not? I failed there, but that's fine. We can use a wildfire here. Let's see, you've got a 24, you got a 35. You're way easier to target.
On it.
Alright. Run and gun here.
Personally.
Okay, we got 2 points. We're actually going to use this chance to heal a little bit, just to make sure we're on our good end here. There we go, just to make sure we're going to get the best results. I will do a pot shot here, just to increase our versatility a little bit. There we go. Pray that's enough. We're going to get some electricity damage, but that's fine.
I'll return this favor tenfold. Strands of fate
Ow.
guide me.
Okay, we're down to 55 HP. That's fine. Well, with this, we can activate Reckless Rush and really ruin their day now. Alright, let's start with mowing you guys down. There we go, that's 1. We take 3 damage from the lightning. Okay. I don't exactly want to waste my ammo, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to activate Firearm Mastery here. Okay, let's activate... Well, first we're going to do a single pot shot here. There we go. Ow. Alright, let us heal, I guess, because we're going to need that much at least. There we go. We'll activate Rapid Fire and Concentrated Fire just to really drive in the home that we're going to be dealing a ton of damage. We're going to aim for this guy now. And this is really going to put the Farseer in a bad spot. He goes down immediately. Okay, we'll activate Revel and Slaughter, increasing our to hit now. Yeah, we completely mowed him down. There we go. Done. Idira carefully pulls the threads of the Psych Cypher out of the Farseer's breathless body. The strange device glimmers ominously in her hands, and it is difficult to tell in the dim light if the threads are moving on their own, or if it's because her whole body is trembling. Terrified and confused, Idira looks at the device, then at you, then at dead Aeldari. Xenos. Vorg. Do you see his eyes right before he attacked us? It's like there was no light left in them. All because of this thing. I don't want to die, but I don't want to live like that either. If it means I'll stop being myself, then what's the point? Yrilet is wearily observing Idira from under her lowered lids. You do not have to resort to a solution like this. There are other ways. My kind has other technology. Devices not designed purely to scourge the soul. Oh yeah, Red. I'm sure they do. And as soon as I visit your nearest and dearest, I'm sure they'll welcome me with open arms and spoil me with gifts. Look, Yrilet. If you're not on great terms with them, then what chance does a monkey witch have? This decision is yours alone, Idira. My decision? Idira bites her lip and looks down at the Xeno artifact in her hands. Her expression betrays an intense struggle. The burden of a terrible choice. A few moments pass before she raises her head and nods. Yes. Yes, you're right. It isn't worth it. It's time to accept the inevitable. I can entertain these fantasies of a nice, long life
all I like, but that's all there ever be, fantasies. Petty tales to tell over a tall glass of amnestic to make life seem less shitty. The reality of the situation is ugly and merciless. I'm a psyker. My abilities are getting more and more out of control by the day, which means I'll go out like any psyker should. It'll be ugly and merciless. Best I can hope for is that it's so freaking awesome and heroic that you'll be telling stories of it to your grandchildren for ages. Thank you for helping me realize this. Idira sniffles and casually drops a slice rifler to the floor, where it shatters into a million tiny pieces. I'm pretty sure we're done here, Lord Captain. Mind letting me know when you have the time once we're back on the ship? I want to talk to you about the plans for the future in private. Can we go now? I've still got a whole life to get on with.
Always keep your
Indeed.
eye on the prize.
We've got other things to do here, though, so we're gonna have to wait on that. So, yeah, that's something. But hey, this is the good ending for Idira, to a degree. Besides, it's not like it's impossible to figure out a solution to her problem. We are iconoclast here, and we might be able to find a solution. Or better or worse. Doesn't appear that there's a bunch of experimental clones, though, that got destroyed in the barrages that we went through, but other than that, we seem fine. Yeah, we just went through a whole bunch of stifling boosts here with rapid fire and all that shenanigans. Oh well. Not our problem now. Let's go see what else there is to meet the eye. I guess there is the explosion first, so we will start there. Regardless, I'm satisfied with the results. There is basically 3 outcomes, and we'll get into those as we go, but alas. For this outcome, I think this is the most pacifist option. This is the good aligned option, really. So, or at least it's the iconoclast way of thinking about things, I think. So, there's that. Regardless, we get the Tiara of Immaterium, which gives us 10 willpower, and we suffer 50% less warp damage. That is a very good thing to have if you suffer from perils of warp constantly, but it really depends on you.
This is intriguing.
We'll build a bridge out of planks, just so we save some time. There we go. That'll allow us to get across with relative ease.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Right, to the laboratory we go. Alright, we got a door on the side here. We're gonna pry this open once we get the proper skill check done. We'll save here just to make sure we actually accomplish it. We'll go from there. But needless to say, these two are always gonna suffer injuries no matter what we do.
I always get the job
There
done.
we go. Easy clear of opening the door. Let's see. The cage bars and floors are covered in caked with blood. Xenos torture device has been placed out in the open. It clearly sees regular use. Okay. Warp to detect priest Gog was shot in the head.
What's that?
More likely a cold-blooded execution than a death in combat.
Is there money to be made?
Can we activate the elevator? The lift call panel is unresponsive. Okay. We will save here and investigate further. It does appear that there is more traps here, so yeah. We shall go from there. We disarm it. I do believe we did. Yep, there we go. Oh, there's another trap. We'll disarm that.
Success is the only
Done.
outcome I accept.
Alright. We will save here. Let's go forward. Hello, Turnivus. How you doing?
Oh, close up of Yrilet, I suppose. Oh man. You're looking at several completely identical homunculi at work. Disturbing sight, the indistinguishable and familiar faces turn their attention towards you, morosely and almost indifferently. One of the homunculi starts to talk, with all the usual arrogance. The specimen. We meet again. Your escape from Commorgah was both a statistical anomaly and an act of abject cowardice. You should have died in a dock city, instead of overstepping the limits of your own usefulness. You've made too much noise. The monster falls silent. Barely perceptible electrical charges run through the homunculi bodies. Then the one who spoke continues. So you're here. Now what? Are you going to bore me with your question, monkey? The homunculi are twitching slightly, as though from invisible electrical impulses. They look virtually identical, yet each seem to be missing something. A limb, an implant, even a facial feature or two. The single gaze of the many faces no longer seem to full of haughty superiority only. Some kind of shared defect also shows in it. What is this place? Doesn't it exactly look like a Drukhari laboratory? The clones look around to them in a movement that's almost synchronized. A disembodied voice answers you. This dreary vault is lacking in practicality and function, but it has been a passable refuge for me and my research. Why are you here and not in Commorgah? I'm obviously here because this is my laboratory containing my research. It requires my attention. The familiar voice of one of the Xenos sounds as though he was lecturing a child. I see you found new company, Turnibus. You hear the Drukhari's voice again, but you can't see who is talking to you. What do you mean, made? I had a backup shell stored away for centuries, but the events of the Spy of the Reaving Tempest convinced me one active body was not enough. Am I talking to one Turnibus or several? Is each of you a separate individual? The homunculi you see are silent, and yet you still hear Turnibus' reply. His voice seems to be coming from every side at once. My new multiple form is intriguing, isn't it? I'll leave you to your questions unanswered, specimen. Give you something to ponder. The hole in the ceiling is a pure design choice. What happened? The identical faces look annoyed and spiteful. For a moment, it seems the homunculi are about to reply in unison, but a barely perceptible electrical impulse stops them. One of them scoffs and mutters through his teeth. It's more proof of how unreliable partnerships with lower life forms are. Notice one of the homunculi glance at the hole in the ceiling. Fury contorts into Xenos' face. Turnibus is unable to hide his anger at what happened. Whoever did that, and whatever it was that they did, it infuriated him a lot. I've seen the body of a dead tech priest in this lab. Where did he come from? Explain. A broad, repulsive grin appears on one of the disfigured faces. How would I know? Can't tell one monkey from another. I suppose this meeting will be our last, Turnibus. You're different from the others of your species, specimen. This time around, I want to study you so much, and I mean much more thoroughly, which necessitates your death. And I hope dying once doesn't suffice for you.
Your kind has no right to exist.
I see. Okay, his clones are popping out, it seems. Okay. Well, that is to be expected, given the circumstances. And now we're dealing with Turnibus himself, so... yeah, this is gonna get interesting, to say the least. Okay. How do we want to address this? Honestly, being in the cover here is probably for the best. But I can't really think of a better solution, really. Next best thing I could probably do is mark my way over to here. So I'm actually gonna mark my way here. We'll have Idira and Yrilet just be in cover here. Unless, of course, I can get into that position myself. In which case, I've got myself a place I can actually go to keep myself safe. Let's see, I can go here. So this might be a better option here. A biofont designed to grow flesh. I might need to break these, worst case. Depends how we go about things. I'll start my position here. There we go. We'll move these two back so that way Vorg is the only one that is going to be targeted. There we go. Cover is coming in clutch. Nice. Alright, there goes Yrilet as expected. Alright, there goes Idira. Ow. Okay, so that cover was basically temporary. I kind of predicted it as such, but you never know. Okay, if we activate these two, we should be able to get as much attacks as we possibly can.
On it. My gut tells me it's a bad idea.
Okay, we should aim for the twisted creature. I guess we can aim this direction. It doesn't matter really. I don't know. Let's go after this guy. We'll have a 20, 20, and 17% chance, so that's 3 chances to hit enemies. So there you go. There we go.
Twice before crossing me.
We'll activate Wildfire here to give ourselves a better chance here for more damage. There we go. Done. Then we'll do a run and gun here to get ourselves some cover. Yeah, if we move here, we'll get to half cover at least, so there's that. And then we'll just do a single shot, I suppose. There we go. We will activate Cautious Approach here, and then we should be fine. There we go. We'll swap over to a sword and board just to be safe, and then we'll go from there. Alright, there we go. Oh. Attacking allies. Interesting choice. Hello. Ah, I kind of predicted this was going to be the case. Okay. So, yeah, no, more of his allies are going to spawn in these test tubes, so we got to be careful. Yeah, Turnibus is going to do his thing. Thankfully, this is actually convenient for me, so I can work with this. Okay, and we're almost... We basically leveled up nice. Okay, cool. Might be able to level up in this game, or level up here, then. Well, maybe, I'm not sure. I'll save it for after the fight, I suppose. Why not? Okay. Given the circumstances, we are going to need to deal with the biofonts, because otherwise those guys are going to keep spawning monsters, and we don't exactly want that, preferably. Okay, so. Activate this because we can. Activate these two here. That way we get the best results here. We want to deal with the biofont, so we're going with this. There we go, that's one. Activate this. We will activate Wildfire here next. We're going to aim this direction, so that way we can combo the ever-living hell at these guys. This will get us to the bio font that we need.
I'll make it happen.
I'll do a run and gun here, so that way I can get closer. We're going to use Surefire Plan to increase our dodge here. Not that we necessarily need to do so. But it will help to do
Don't
this,
let
so...
your guard down.
We'll do this.
Not me.
Miss, that's perfectly fine. Alright, swap to a sword board here. There we go. These guys are going to start marching forward and start attacking us, but to no avail. Okay. That was a lot of melee attacks, Jesus. It's a good thing I'm fast and very combative here. Yep, they're going to keep spawning, so I kind of predicted that this is going to be an issue, so... We just need to keep dealing with them, basically. And thankfully, that's not too big a demand here, because they're going to start attacking each other at this point. Which actually makes this more convenient. Nice try. Yeah, no, they're actually making this easier for us because they're attacking each other, so it works in our favor. Let's swap over to, yep, our gun. We're going to use Steady Superiority. Activate these two buffs. Activate Reckless Rush, because we can. I'm not going to turn off the defense, but I am going to need it. Well, I am going to need the offense, really. There we go. Okay, we're going to aim for this now. There we go.
Who, if not me?
Activate this. We need to aim in this general vicinity, so that way we can target this machine. Alright, that's another machine down. And we can't exactly move from our position, so we're just going to swap to a sword and board and entrench here, I think. There we go. Yep, fiery claws coming in. And yeah, slowly they're just going to reduce their numbers by doing this, so that's good. For us, that is, I should say. And that is the only... Yep, those are the only two containers left, I do believe, so that's good. Turnibus is doing his best to basically stay in the back line, cause as much trouble as possible. Not going to be enough, though, for dealing with us, though. Alright. Activate this, so that way we get the most out of our attacks. Alright, activate Revel and Slaughter. Let's activate Firearm Mastery, so that way we can get the most out of this. Turn off Cautious Approach, because we no longer need it right now. We'll just obliterate the enemy here. Alright. Attack here. Do a wildfire here as we attack these two.
Who if not me?
Alright, we're going to do a run and gun here. This is going to get us over to this container here, which is going to put us very close to Turnibus, but that's fine. Okay, we are going to attack that dude. Nice.
I won't compromise my principles.
Okay, I'm a bit too far, but that's fine. I guess we'll start dealing with Turnibus now. Hoorah.
You should have thought twice before
100 damage for each strike. Nice.
The best defense is a good offense.
Yeah, he's not having a fun time.
My gut tells me it's a bad idea.
You call this a strike?
Yeah, I do call it a strike because I'm dealing over 100 damage to each strike.
On it.
Turnibus is not ready for this.
I'll see to it personally. You should have thought twice before crossing me. Consider this a taste of what's to come.
And one more for good measure.
You never stood a chance. I always have a backup plan.
And for extra measure, let's
I'll
destroy
make
this
it
tank.
happen.
There we go. Just had to get that away.
Rise to the top.
Let's see.
Or get left in the dust.
There is a dent on a data slate screen covered in flickering colored stripes. The readable parts are twitchy and contain repetitions. Various prior studies pursued the goal of breaking new ground in recreating and reviving the specimen in the event of its death. The above-mentioned experiments lay the groundwork for the modernizing of accelerating the recreation of a living organism from the minuscule samples of bone and muscle tissue. Every variety of living organism has been observed to release a number of chemicals at the moment of death that enable the creation of an entirely identical clone. Okay. So yeah, no, he's been basically making,
Keep your wits about you.
he's been trying to make clones of himself, just in the off chance that he does end up perishing for some reason. I don't think we've managed to deal with Turnibus as a whole, but we've certainly acted in a way that is going to be detrimental to him, I would imagine. So that's fine. We managed to do what we came out to do, so there we go. We get another homunculus thing. Oh. Always add that to cargo. Whenever the wearer uses an attack that is of a different type than the previous attack, they gain momentum equal to their resolve. Considering the gunslinger's helmet's way better, it's fine. Nope. Blood barrier emitter. At the start of a turn, the wearer recovers wounds equal to the number of bleeding creatures. If at least one wound was recovered that way, one fresh injury is removed from the wearer as well. Huh. Okay, cool. Nothing that we really need, though,
Always
it seems.
Keep your eye on the prize.
There you go. We are going to save, and then we will investigate what Turnibus was doing, to a degree. Because I'm assuming he had some methods, or some reason to be doing all this, so let's check. The space around a hollow is littered with lumps of broken concrete. A small wind gets into the room through the ugly hole in the ceiling, stirring up whirlwinds of stone dust at your feet. The whole of the lab's vaulted ceiling, and the hollow underneath it points you to the obvious. Something broke into this room, ripped out a piece of the lab, and dragged it outside. You are, for now, mystified as to what that something was. Let's take a closer look around. Through the piled up rocks, dirt, and thick dust, you're able to make out parts of fixtures that were ripped out of the sockets and thrown to the floor. Parts like these are used for fastening industrial grinders in place at large manufactorums around the Imperium. Alright, let's surmise what destroyed the lab ceiling. You study the edges of the breach carefully, reflect for a few minutes, and conclude that the hole in the lab ceiling was blown by several powerful direct explosives. After some more time, you notice the characteristic marks of debris in the walls. The ceiling was breached using melta charges. Interesting. What do you make of all this? My kinspeople were unable to find this place. The Dark Ones would hardly have been content with a single trophy, even one as great as this. No, this was done crudely and quickly, and that behavior is more typical of the monkey. I agreed.
Is there money to be made?
Alright, well, it seems that we've managed to resolve that now. So, the monkey are basic... yeah. So, it's very clear that the humans are responsible for this. But that's fine. We did what we came out here to do, so I'm satisfied. We just need to talk with Idira on the ship, and we should be fine. Hopefully we can find a solution for her problem. I do believe we are going to rely on Aeldari tech, but
always keep my
we'll see.
options open.
We'll see.
I always get the job done.
The noble families from your primary world are looking for any excuse to destroy each other, Elantak. But leaders must strive for unity among their people.
Is there no way we can get there? I feel like there was a way that you can get in here, but I can't remember. Oh well. Perhaps I can do a quick search here, real quick.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Okay.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Yeah, okay. Maybe I can find something around here. Hold on.
I always keep my options open.
Yeah, no. Okay. Whatever. We can still level up ourselves here. And let's see. We can get an available characteristic and a talent. Okay. Let's see. What can we go for? We can go for literally anything under the sun. Well, we can either increase our intelligence, which increases everything about us, I do believe. It mainly increases our know-it-all buff up to 6, I do believe. Which is a, well... yeah, the know-it-all buff basically increases up to a 6, I want to say? I'm not sure, though. Ballistic skill would probably be the best, because it will allow for more accuracy with our attacks. And it would allow for more bullets to fly, so I'm actually going to increase our ballistics as much as we can here. At least get it to 100, I would say. Alright, we get a first-tier archetype talent as well, so that is another thing. Soldier's demolition instead of intelligence is used to determine additional damage dealt with ranged area attacks. Okay, I assume this is necessary for, like, AoEs, right? Yeah. I think that's the way it's done, anyways. So instead of us using an intelligence of 60 or 65, we'd basically add 120, which is not really what we're focusing in on, really. Let's see. What else can we go for? The first hit of each burst attack deals additional damage equal to the weapon's current rate of fire, which can get absurd, but not by much. Next run and gun, when used after entrench, grants an additional 6 movement. Nah, we're fine. All of the soldiers' area attacks gain 5 plus 3 times ballistic skill bonus armor pen, and ignore ballistic skill divided by 2 deflection when used against enemies in a 3-cell radius around a soldier. Yeah. After the soldier deals damage to 3 different enemies, the soldier gains 10 plus 2 times the ballistic skill bonus. More damage. So... I think 28% more damage, which is pretty good. That could be really good. Because we do attack multiple enemies a lot, to be fair. Swift Slaughter can be used twice. Yeah, we're fine. Three plus agility bonus, which is basically 9% critical hit chance, and doubled against enemies which we have cover against. This could be good. It's basically extra crit on top of or crit chance on top of everything we have. I am gonna go with the more damage buff, though, I think. This Rack and Ruin's probably gonna be our better bet here, honestly. Considering we're guaranteeing the majority of the time that we're attacking AoE, so that might be for the best. That said, we should probably equip a new weapon in the future here, because I'm thinking that we're gonna probably swap out from the sword to a actual gun. Probably like a flamethrower or something, I'm not sure. It's either that or I go with the plasma rifle. Because, I mean, the rate of fire is low, but... could be good. Could be good. Yeah, deals an additional 2 times int bonus damage. So that'd be 12 extra damage, basically, with the plasma rifle here. Then, of course, we got, like, Melta, plasma guns, and all that jazz, but I digress. I like the idea of using a flamer, to be quite honest. We do have flame-based orientation boosts, so we might as well take advantage of that, is what I'm thinking here. So we could probably go for a heavy flamer if we wanted to, as an example. And honestly, I wouldn't complain if it was a heavy flamer, because it would deal damage all the same. It just stacks to more damage, so... yeah. You know what? Yeah, no, maybe a heavy flamer is the way to go. Yeah, no, we can go for the Judex. Target hit by this flamer attack suffer an agonizing flame. Suffer an agonizing flame's negative effects in addition to burning. Yeah, so we're gonna go for that, I think. We're gonna get the flaming proficiency, is what I'm thinking. Oh well. Off we go. Unfortunately... oh. The Voxcaster on your armor suddenly splits out a cacophony of sounds. The growl of chainswords, human screams, and screech of metal, and a rattling interference of an active Voxcast. Working the buttons, switches, and tumblers only makes it worse. Let's repair the Voxcaster. Damn it. Well, that's a load. Well, tedious, but necessary. We'll just reload here, and then we'll go from there. The 2 checks are going to be easy, so we should probably get out there immediately.
Keep your wits about you.
Oh. Alright. I guess I could also do agility or intelligence or literally anything as well. Intelligence would probably be better here. Yeah, let's get intelligence. That's just going to help us long term. I still need Melta or Power Weapon. I guess Plasma or Melta are literally the only 2 good things here. Ah well. Yeah, that would be good if we have heavy armor, but we don't, so... Yep, we're just gonna go Rack and Ruin. That's just the better option here for AoE. Done. If I can, I'd like to get the weapon proficiency for Flamers, so... There we go. Just had a bit of a bug there. Oh well. Let's appear something is going on outside, though, so we'll quickly rush over and deal with that.
Just
Off we
as
go.
I planned. Always
The noble families from your primary world are looking for any excuse to destroy each other, Elantark. But leaders must strive for unity among their people.
Something ominous looks ahead.
Alright,
keep my
we're gonna
options
save here specifically, so that way we don't have to run through this check again. Maybe we should be good. Alright, let's do this. Let's repair the box. Skillfully wielding your tools, you open a device's case and check each part's condition. The Voxcaster does not enjoy your manipulations and hisses at you. Then the lumens on its screen grow red, and the broadcast stops. But the calm does not persist for long. Right before your eyes, the device remains burst into purple sparks, and dead sparks emit a familiar voice speaks with gods hoarse and feeble. O stone-styled eagle god, her prayers. As soon as the priest's voice stops, your entire body arcs with cracks, as if electrocuted. You are standing on the tips of your toes, staring at a crimson sky at dusk that has turned into an ocean of spilt blood. Its still surface is broken by a hand with fingers covered in rings, and Calligos' winterscale emerges from the depths, only to take a single breath and disappear once more into the blood. It happens again, and again and again, until he finally notices you. He throws out his hands and reaches for you. He reaches out, and the illusion fades away, leaving only a splitting headache in its wake. Ah! Idira digs her nails into her face, purple sparks gleaming from the ends of her hair. The dusk sun has reached the treetops, and the crimson heart has struck its last beat. The dying stars have no hope left. Run forth back! I could barely understand the speech of this monkey. One thing is clear, their settlement needs help. I care little about the woes of those primitive creatures. Simply paying reparations for the pain that my kin have brought upon this world. Go to the village. Let's see what's going on, because this is new to me as well. I'm very curious. This is probably very bad. Whatever is going on, that is. Let us hope it's for the better that things are gonna fix themselves. Regardless, off we go. We shall save here, because this is going to get interesting, I'm sure. And I guess we're saving, Urza Tempera, or whatever have you.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
I'll be damned. Hello, Calligos. Blood for the rogue trader's throne. Skulls for the skull god. Calligos Winterscale laughs uncontrollably, looking around at a blood-soaked village. His eyes are full of rage, as if absolute insanity has possessed him. Wharton the Grey seems hypnotized by his master's words, his bloodshot eyes alight with a slowly growing flame, unnatural, frightening, demonic. The remaining members of Winterscale's retinue have dispersed around the village to center. Navigator apathetically observes the massacre from a distance. The tech priest appears overly fascinated with the assembling and disassembling of her own leg augmentics, and the asylum mercenaries raising the village wholly satisfied. Only Calligos' new Psyker speaks with gods is nowhere to be seen. Calligos turns around and gives you the broadest of smiles. Ah, Vorg, how's the hunt? This massacre is your doing, is it not? Calligos' smile grows faint, condescending. You convinced me to stop hunting the Xenos, New Blood. But thirst and melancholy got the better of me, more than I anticipated. I grew bored, and those worthless peasants squealed so miserably that I wanted to strangle them more and more and more. His eyes briefly glaze over. This monkey killed his own kin just because he could not kill mine. Yrilet's face is shadowed with a shroud of guilt. I did not wish for it to end this way, Montauk. What happened to you, Calligos? What have you become? What are you saying, New Blood? How the Xenos addled your minds in so short a time? Calligos looks at you with a mix of surprise and confusion. Didn't Theodora explain to you that the Expanse, baseless accusations went out of style a good 100 years ago?
You've turned a calm settlement into a bloody carnage. Well, the Winterscale I have heard of would never throw his worlds to Commorgah, only to indulge in mindless hunting. Calligos clicks his teeth and bursts into a fit of laughter, but then quickly calms down. Testing the boundaries, are we, Vorg? I like your boldness, but you shouldn't stick your head so far into the beast's throat. I know that you killed your own seneschal. What nuts are you spewing, new blood? Aeldari died at the hands of the Xenos who attacked our camp at night. Either Calligos is a skillful liar, or he truly cannot remember what actually happened. Lynching as if struck by a whip, Winterscale stares at the village with the look of someone who is seeing it for the first time. Confusion and unease creep into his gaze. What happened here? Who dared? The realization forms new lines on his face. No. Surely I couldn't have, or... Your Arch-Militant is a heretic, and a servant of chaos. He is the one fanning the flames of your rage. I do believe this is the right choice, I think. But let me check just to be sure, because I'm fairly certain this is the case. 1 second. Okay, give me a hot second. I'm going through the dialogue here, just to see what's going on here. Let's see. Let's see, what else? Okay, sorry. I just needed to check something for that. Alright. The blame does not lie with you, Calligos. You were manipulated by benevolent powers. And I succumbed to them. A doomed expression falls across Calligos' face. This is your last chance, Calligos. Cleave this upstart in two with the axe that I blessed for you. Skin him and bathe in his blood. We forget everything and continue on our journey. To hunt and to kill. This is the way you prefer to drown out your loneliness and boredom, is it not? It's all you're doing, you wretched cur! Calligos swings his axe at the Arch-Militant, but he evades the mortal blow with the grace of a viper. I showed you mercy, and you have been corrupting my soul this entire time, forcing me. No one forced you, Calligos. I merely enabled your desire, fostered it, and made your crimson rage blossom. You suspected, yet your own pride stopped you from recognizing your weakness. Morton's speech becomes more and more distorted with each word, and the thought swells in the back of your mind. You wish to kill him, tear him apart, here and now. Weak, worthless fool. I've spent so many years growing this rage inside you, and still you resist. You think you could refuse the blessing of the Skull God at the last moment? One way or another, he will claim you all. Wharton's flesh bursts, and the last thing you notice is his hateful gaze turning to you.
Calligos' Winterscale lies on the ground, staring into the endless sky of Kurza Tempo. His pelvis is twisted unnaturally. His legs are not moving. An exposed bone shard protrudes from his right arm. Blood streams down his chin and a thin rivulet with no signs of stopping. It was a good fight. For the first time, Calligos' Winterscale voice seems calm and humble. Your spine seems damaged. There's no walking with that. It seems that you may be correct. Calligos did not look dismayed by your words in the slightest. After all, I can't even feel anything below the chest. Aside from an overwhelming feeling of helplessness, of course. He lets out a contented wheeze instead of cough. What now? I will remain here what's left of my escort and wait for him. And you should go. There are still so many undiscovered stars and unknown worlds out there. Calligos' gaze once again turns to the sky, where the first star begins to appear. I hope that your people will be able to take care of you. We'll see you among the stars, Calligos. Farewell, Retreat. Calligos uses the last of his strength to salute you, lets out a loud sigh and loses consciousness.
Keep your wits about you.
And that is the result of the situation playing out in a chaotic fashion, but it does give us a bunch of experience to level up with.
And a taste for adventure.
So hey, we leveled up again. That's nice. Let's see, we can either go with confident approach, devastating attack, or kick. I like the idea of devastating attack. It's something that we can use our AP towards, and it's not bad. And this will actually make it so targets get knocked prone, I do believe, because of our attacks are being very unique. And it would also inflict blinded once we start taking in perks that actually boost it as well, so that's nice. If we boost up our agility, our dodge is going to be brought up to 78. Which is not bad, to be fair. I'm actually not going to increase it. I'm actually going to increase my ballistics here, I think. Yeah, let's just keep increasing ballistics. It's probably for the best. Boom. There we go. But yeah, thanks to Calligos, he's gonna have a rough time, but he'll live. He'll live. But unfortunately, we could not predict that Wharton was a villainous power, but I digress. At least we managed to convince Calligos that he doesn't have to resort to evil. That's good. We saved them from the fates of ruinous power, which is cool. I'd say that's a win in our books, although the sacrifice is pretty nasty, all things considering, but whatever. It's a small price to pay. Alright. I'm going to be doing one more thing. Well, a few more things, but one thing I am going to be doing is I'm going to be selling a bunch of stuff that we managed to get on the planet, mainly. Then we'll probably go for the side objectives, and then we'll probably go meet up with the Inquisitor at that point. Because I'm sure there's more than meets the eye here. And I'm sure we'll get tons of stuff here, so might as well grab what we can. Either way. Go into our items here. We are gonna swap. Yep, we're gonna add. Always add this to cargo. We don't need las guns anymore, so we'll add that to cargo. Do we need these? Not really, but I'll keep them anyways. Crucible Torment, it's there. Don't need it, though. Alright. Alright, generous. I'd like to trade some goods in. We're gonna start with the Imperial Army here. Boom. There we go. Reputation is max here. We're gonna buy that, and we're gonna buy this. There we go. Alright, now for the Fellowship of the Void, which is the focus, and then we got Kaspala Mission. Let's see, Kaspala Mission has quite a bit, but nothing I really want, I do believe. Yeah, Kaspala Mission we don't need to upgrade anymore, but we are going to upgrade the Fellowship of the Void here. Pass over a bunch of stuff there, there we go. Buy some Melta Charges. We get a Tactical Backpack. It grants the wearer a +1 rate of fire bonus for any burst weapons, but we got a way better backpack, to be fair, so there you go. Besides, if we want to make the most out of this, we need to get to... Yeah, we need to get to 35, which is absurdly hard right now. Let's see. Can't really get more, but that's fine. We will always get more later. Sell 500 there. There we go. Alright, our reps are basically looking fantastic, I must admit, so that's nice. Alright, let's talk with Idira now. And that'll be the last thing that we do for today, I think, because we've done quite a bit for today. Alright, let's go talk with Idira. Let's see what she has to say. Idira, how are you? Not regretting your decision, are you?
Never been better, Lord Captain. No joke. As soon as I stopped fearing for my life, even the voices in my head quieted down. But don't get me wrong, they will come back. And one day I'll find myself in a situation I can't get out of. But for now, I'm fine. And it's all thanks to you.
We discouraged Idira from putting the Xenos device that would have suppressed the voices from the warp.
You know, I think it's pretty ironic that my gift lets me see the future, when thinking about the future is the thing I'll do anything to avoid. Substances of all kinds, jokes, stories about their good old days. I hide under them all like a blanket. As long as I don't poke my head out, everything will be okay. At least, that's what I thought. But I'm tired of living other people's stories. I want to tell my own. I don't know when or how mine will come to an end, but I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that somebody someday tells at least one decent story about Idira Tlas. And I can't think of a better way to do that than by standing shoulder to shoulder with you.
One story. Don't sell yourself short. You and I have already had enough adventures to fill a tome.
Then what are we waiting for? Get a scribe in here. We need to get all this down before we forget. But we have to make me more heroic and powerful so that I come out looking the best next to your other companions. What do you reckon? How many wastrels have we slaughtered? 1 million? Stuff that. Let's make it 2.
Alright. I'll take my leave. There we go. Alright, I think I am going to wrap it up here. We've managed to do quite a bit for today, and I'd say we managed to clear quite a lot. So far, we've managed to reach up to level 42. We're doing really well in our advancements. The only thing I regret is not getting the proficiency for a Flamer and maybe Bolter, because those two are going to be required for certain things. But for the most part, I'm not complaining too much because, well, worst case, we'll just get something better, but I digress. Our damage is nothing to be snuffed at, regardless, because, well, the damage, as you can see, has been really amazing for us. But I digress. I am going to wrap it up here. I hope you guys enjoyed today's stream. I know I did. And I will see you guys next stream. Take care, everybody, and have a good day.